We're live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're ready. We're here. PC Gaming Show is a show that I've watched at E3 the past few years. Past couple, most recent ones, pretty good show. Underrated.
Yeah, because I'm definitely one of those that skips a PC Gaming Show every time. Definitely one of those. But so this will be my first time watching it, but I'm excited. You know, we have some rumblings about a certain fourth installment in a long-going JRPG.
Kevin, 29 minutes ago, Atlas West, the official Twitter account for Atlas, the company owned by Sega that makes Persona,
Right.
tweeted out, "The PC Gaming Show starts soon. Are you ready? Watch it here." And then they gave links to it.
It's definitely gonna be here.
It's absolutely happening.
There's too many calls.
Too much smoke.
Too much smoke. Thank you. Too much smoke. There's surely be fire here.
And that fire is the heat that is one of the best games ever made, called Persona 4 Gold.
It just it just doesn't make sense because it's already on the perfect platform. I just I mean why why it's already perfect, so I mean interesting. Oh man.
So Kevin, one of the bigger elements, right, that I thought was a showcase of the PC Gaming Show in recent memory was a nice meaty demo of Hitman 2. I'm not expecting to see Hitman 3 here, but something on that level. Like, I think having a good showcase of a cool game like that, maybe we get an old licensed game brought back to the fold. Maybe we get like a Star Wars game. They're showing Star Wars right now. Maybe we get like one of the classic Star Wars games getting an update or something. I don't know. But I feel like a lot could happen at this show. Nothing could happen, but a lot could happen.
Oh, they're showing the source material for what they just showed. Cause I've always been of the mind that this might sound super rude, but I feel like the things of consequence are very tied towards if you're a PC savant, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
At least in the past, but I'm excited to see what they bring here because this one feels a little bit different. With the absence of E3, there's more of a chance for them to show some good. Okay, here we go. We're going straight into it. Let me bump the volume. See what we got.
So, 3 minutes ago, 2 billion gamers.
2 billion strong.
As you guys can see, I'm missing my left eye.
There is a community that I am a part of.
You're unique. Do you not like anyone else?
It's like an Avengers font.
I'm currently in a call with my friend, not responding anymore.
He's breathing really hard. You know he just had a seizure.
I built an arcade in my basement. This is my home.
You're in a whole different world.
Who cares what size you are, what gender you are?
I'm finally done gluing all the details on the sword.
That's a dope puzzle. So holy shit, that looks sick.
When you see this card. It's like one of the most badass things you could drive.
Kevin, worth saying, 3 minutes ago, Nibel on Twitter, Persona 4 Golden Steam page is up and it's out now.
Wait, what?
On Twitter, Nibel tweeted out, Persona 4 Golden Steam page is up and it's out now.
Jesus Christ, they're actually... we know they were going to do it, but damn, they did it. For real.
Yeah.
Yo, we know we got social distance, but dang, for real? Gotta go in the middle of the desert?
That's Fallout New Vegas. That outfit. I thought they were teasing a remaster for a second.
That would've been hot. Hey, wait. The homies.
Oh.
The homies. Hold up.
The Willems.
This is the PC Gaming Show. For the next 2 hours, we'll show you new footage and announcements for more than 40 games, including the next game from Dean Hall, the creator of DayZ, the world-exclusive debut of gameplay footage for Evil Genius 2, Ruthless Combat in Mortal Shell, Everspace 2, epic battles in A Total War Saga, Troy, Torchlight 3, what's coming in the next chapter of Elite Dangerous, Mafia Definitive Edition, a look at New World, Amazon's upcoming open-world MMO.
Oh, whoa.
Why, hello there, PC Gaming Show. This is Greg Miller, just borrowing your broadcast for a moment to say that later on, I'll be dropping in again to reveal one of my favorite franchises that's coming to PC for the first time ever. If you can name this
Persona.
tune, maybe you'll recognize what it is. See you later in the show.
And now your PC Gaming Show hosts, Day9 and Frankie Ward.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to the 2020 PC Gaming Show. I am one of your hosts today, Sean Day9 Plot, and I'm delighted to have you wherever you may be tuning in, Twitch or YouTube or Twitter. Welcome to our 6th annual event where we have over 2 hours of content, 50 plus games we're going to be looking at in the form of reveals, trailers, interviews that we've
2
recorded
hours,
in
let's
the
get
last
it.
several weeks. Before we get into that, though, I want to take a moment
he out
to
of sync for
address
you?
the ongoing situation in America.
Is he out of sync for you?
While we're glad
Yeah.
to be showing you some games
Yeah.
today, there are many, many more people fighting for something far, far more important: the struggle against police violence and the systemic oppression of Black Americans. I and everyone who works on the PC Gaming Show each year, we know that Black lives matter, and this is not a fight that we are willing to stand on the sidelines for. So what can we all do? There's a great many organizations that deserve support right now, and one of them is the NAACP Legal Defense and Education Fund at NAACPLDF.org. If you want to support this and get some great games in the process, hundreds of developers have joined together at itch.io to create the Bundle for Racial Justice and Equality. It's a pay whatever you want for the bundle, and 100% of the proceeds go to the NAACP Fund and the Community Bail Fund. There's a lot more resources and information we'd like to share.
I'm sure there's like
PC Gamer has
1,700
created
games in that
an
thing.
ongoing list of ways that you can get involved in supporting protesters. That's at pcgamer.com/Black Lives Matter. Okay, we're going to begin the reveals in a moment, but this wouldn't be a PC Gaming Show without my dear friend and co-host Frankie Ward joining us from the other side of the internet. Welcome, Frankie, and why don't you say hello?
Hello, Sean, and hello to everyone watching around the world. We're really excited to be with you again, and Sean, I've prepared a veritable smorgasbord of PC gaming interviews, trailers, and announcements. This year's show features the most games we've ever presented, so grab your beverage of choice, because it's go time.
Thanks, Frankie, and I gotta say, your apartment looks quite a bit more like a music video than mine does. Maybe I should have sprung for better lighting. Either way, it's time for the PC Gaming Show. And as I said earlier, 50 plus games. We've been talking to the developers, interviewing them for weeks now. And though it looks kind of empty here, I'm not alone. My beautiful assistant and good buddy DevBot. You may have seen him making his way over here. He is awaiting us. So let's go join him and get the show started. All right, DevBot, what do we have for this year's PC Gaming Show?
I downloaded 50 game trailers and 10 interviews, Sean, along with a full report of the most secret gaming layer-friendly dogs, per your request. Australian Shepherds rank 4th among all dog breeds.
Oh, well, excellent. Well, what should we
E3
play
didn't
first
die.
then?
It's right here.
Yeah, this is big E3 energy.
Well, that sounds great. Then let's kick it off with Valheim, a Viking survival game where you'll fight monsters, craft weapons, build and sail ships on an open ocean, all while exploring a procedurally generated landscape. Show me the game, DevBot.
So this was in the last showcase, but we didn't really see a ton of it.
Right. Interesting.
When do you think the Viking theme ends?
Yeah, you know what? I have noticed that like there have been a lot of like Norse Viking-esque type of game genres, you know?
Yeah.
Or gaming themes, if you will. Not genre, but
yeah. Is it the Umbrella logo?
I saw the Umbrella logo last stream on the shield of someone in one game. I forgot.
That was this, I think. That's what it just was.
I'm such an idiot. Yeah, it was this one. God.
The next game has been in the works for quite a
Valheim.
while and is just about to come out. I've been following it the whole time, and if a game that features farming, creature collection, dance battles, and bears wearing pants sounds like your cup of tea, then it's time to put the kettle on and enjoy some ooblets.
I've seen this one float around a lot. It's got like a Pokemon appeal almost, except like you grow the creatures.
Yeah.
too. Xbox One, see?
Sean, I've selected this
Man.
game for the PC Gaming Show.
Well, great. What do you got, DevBot?
The game is Torchlight 3, a cherished action RPG franchise that features a number of
You looking at Torchlight at all?
classes.
DevBot, you wouldn't have chosen this game
forgot
because in Torchlight
what the
3 you can
game
play as a
is, so
steam-powered
we'll see if I
robot,
remember
would
it.
you?
But I do recognize the name though.
Entirely objective.
Torchlight is Diablo-like, kind of.
Okay.
It's got a pretty like all
Show
right
me the
following
algorithm, DevBot.
Right.
for a Diablo-like game. Second one's on Switch right now. I think it's on sale. It's like $10.
Okay, well, let's play the Torchlight 3 trailer, and when we're done, I want to talk to one of the Torchlight 3 devs.
Oh.
magic and mystery. Will you choose fame? Will you choose fortune? Or the future of the frontier? Explore remote, perilous realms. Battle hordes of ancient, powerful enemies. Unite with others to claim your fame and glory. Torchlight 3. Your legend awaits.
Oh, DevBot, please connect me with one of those developers.
You got it, Sean.
Joining me today to talk about Torchlight 3 is Max Schaefer. Max, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Now, Max, Torchlight 2's story began with the alchemist from the original Torchlight becoming corrupted and evil. How does Torchlight 3's story tie into the first two?
Well, we're in the same world, obviously.
I love how
We're
he's
about
just
a
like
century
chilling
later now, though.
in this
And
like
the,
cabin loft
Empire
type
is-
venue.
Yes, the
Wearing some
Empire is in
AirPods.
decline, and
Yeah.
they've gotten a little lazy, a little comfortable, and a new
The
threat
AirPods
is
are
on the
killing me.
horizon. So once again, the adventurers will have to battle the Netherim and all the evil baddies threatening the world.
In terms of the scope and scale of Torchlight 3, how does it compare to the previous editions?
Well, we've expanded quite a bit. Now, first, anyone who's played Torchlight 1 and Torchlight 2 will be comfortable with the mechanics and how to play it and all. But we've expanded and let players.
So right
make
now,
their
you
own
can buy
mark
Persona
in the
4
world
on
itself.
Steam, like right
you
now?
get a customized fort.
Apparently, yeah.
That you can decorate. That
Let me
you can
pull up
build
Steam.
things in. You can do things that benefit your whole account, and you can put things in there that are useful to other players. And
I'm
other
curious
players
how
will
much
see
they're
your
charging
fort
for it.
randomly out in the world.
I want to ask a little bit about the
I'm gonna
classes,
guess
because if you're an action RPG player, you may recognize something
20.
like a knight or a mage.
It's
But in
either 20
Torchlight
or 40,
3,
there's no in
we
between.
got the steam-powered robots. We have the rail master.
No,
that
because
can
they gotta
summon
think like
trains.
it has to be
Talk to me about not
up
just
res.
what
I'm
some of the
assuming
classes that players
remastered.
can
There's
expect
got to be some
are,
work
but how you even come
on
up
it
with
done
this
for sure
glorious
to some
stuff?
degree. Absolutely.
Well, I
So
think that
the
that,
tweet
we've always
said
wanted to avoid
4K
going right
variable
down Main
frame
Street
rate.
with our character classes and try to do
I don't
something
think the
interesting.
assets are changed at all. I think
but
it's
at
just
the same
resolution.
time, we wanted you to be able to look at them and get a sense get a kind of an intuitive sense of what they do. And so we've applied that here. We've got some really fun characters, like you said, the fully robotic, steam-powered robot, and a guy that summons trains. But we've also got some other
You
cool
down for
classes, too,
Torchlight?
a sharpsharpshooter and a dusk mage.
I'm curious.
And honestly,
Diablo
they're
didn't
all-
hit for me,
they
but I
all have
love
new
Ultimate
twists,
Alliance
and
1
they're
and
all
2.
pretty fun to play.
So
in terms of
I
the
do
game
like
world
a
itself, how,
good
like,
dungeon
specifically
crawler.
do the
Yeah.
forts get integrated? Like, what does it mean to stumble across someone else's
Persona
fort
4
as you
Golden
run
is
through the world?
$20.
Well, between
20.
our gameplay levels,
Go.
we have passages, and when you enter the passage, there will often be a waypoint there, but there will also be someone else's fort. So you will see some random person from the world's fort, and they will in turn see occasionally randomly your own fort. And it's definitely worth exploring their fort.
It's
because
$20
you can
on Vita,
not
and I was
only
kind of
use
waiting
things
for it
like the
to
luck tree,
maybe
but
like
you can
there
use
will be a
their
sale
enchanting
incoming at some
table and
point,
whatever
but
recipes they've
I think I might
unlocked to
just
enchant your
pull
own
the trigger
items.
and just
So
do
it's
it.
really worthwhile for you to go check
It's
them
gonna
out.
take me like 6-7
Pets
months
were a
to,
big part
to
of the
beat
earlier
it.
Torchlight games. What type
Persona
of
5 took me a full year.
pet-based
A full year?
entertainment can we expect?
Yeah.
We have expanded upon the pet system. It does all the things you want. It fights alongside you. It sells, goes and takes
But yeah,
items back to
Torchlight-
town to sell.
Torchlight 2
But
I've thought about
eventually
getting on
it's kind
Switch
of
a couple
collection
times.
mechanic. So you can find pets out in the wild by defeating bosses, and make a whole stable of pets that you, of course, keep in your fort.
Now, Max, I know that the Torchlight series has an enormous fan base. For those who are looking to get their hands on Torchlight 3, where can they go and when can they play it?
Well, I'm very, very happy to announce that we are available on Steam right now in early access for $29.99. Go check it out. It's available right this minute.
This is the best kind of answer in the PC gaming show. You can get it now. Once again, Max Schaefer from the Torchlight 3 team, thank you so much for joining us. Once again, go to Steam right now to get your hands on the early access version of Torchlight 3. We're just getting started here on the PC Gaming Show. Let's take a look at what's coming up next.
You're watching the PC Gaming Show. Coming up later, an exclusive look at the next game from DayZ creator Dean Hall, Blanco's Block Party, the first reveal of Sound Mind, and more. Back to you, Sean. Back to you, Sean.
Well, hey everyone, I hope you're having a great time. I know I am, and I know you want to tell me how much fun you're having, but don't shout. The walls are very thick in here. I can see you though if you use the PC Gaming Show hashtag on Twitter or
That
Facebook
overlay.
or the PC Gamer forums or a Ouija board or a Messenger Falcon, whatever is your desired form of communication. I'm sure you've been seeing many of those comments show up live in the show today. And we want your hottest 280 character take that our merry moderators might just select to be on the show. For our next segment, it's time to head on over to Frankie Ward.
Elite Dangerous, the space simulation MMO from Frontier, has continued to evolve over the past 5 years. Set in a one-to-one recreation of our actual Milky Way galaxy, players forge their own path, build and break alliances, trade, fight, and earn the rank of Elite. Join us as we journey into the next era of Elite Dangerous, set to take a giant leap once more.
Hold up. This is, wait, Elite 4? Wait, what was it?
Elite Dangerous.
Elite Dangerous.
It's been around a while. I think it's just like a space combat flying game with like trading resources and stuff. But I guess they're adding like on the boots on the ground gameplay.
Oh, I see. That looks like such a Destiny rifle. Look.
Yeah.
That looks like such a Destiny gun.
Odyssey.
Oh shit.
Is Odyssey the next Revelations?
It is next Revelations. It is. It is precisely.
It's going to PS4.
Joining me to talk about the next chapter of Elite Dangerous is Piers Jackson from Frontier Developments. Thanks so much for joining us, Piers.
Oh, you're welcome. It's good to be here.
Now, I have
Is
a
it
lot
Odyssey
of
Elite
questions
Dangerous or
about the
Elite
trailer
Dangerous
we
Odyssey?
just saw, but I'm wondering if you can
Probably Elite
contextualize
Dangerous
a little
Odyssey.
bit for those who haven't played Elite Dangerous. What is it?
So I think the best way of explaining what Elite Dangerous is to understand how big it is. We have created a title that's the most complete, authentic space simulation of any game out there, and it's just vast. It's the whole galaxy. You can explore it. You can take your own path. You can be a pilot, a trader, a bounty hunter. You can do what you want. You can go where you want, and you can do your own thing. And it's that sort of freedom and the ability for people to tell their own story that I think makes Elite what it actually is.
I think this
Now,
game
in all
had
the
a big
streams that
like
I've been following for Elite Dangerous.
war
There's a lot of gameplay that
recently.
happens in ships.
Oh, like
There's a lot
one
of
of those
focus on
like,
the
oh
economy
wait,
and trade.
like a
In
in-game
this trailer,
with the player
though,
base like
we
type war
saw
thing.
feet on the
Yeah, like there
ground,
was like
which
there
immediately
were
makes me
players
ask,
that were like doing
what is it that we should
trading
expect? What should we
schemes and like
glean
getting
from the
tons of
trailer?
currency in the game,
You've hit the nail on the
and
head.
it caused like
Ultimately,
factions
the
to like
big new feature that
battle
we're
each other or
looking to
something. Like it was a big
is the
event,
fact
something
that
like
you
that.
can
That was
now,
completely
for the very
player
first time,
spawned.
set foot
Oh,
on
like
that
it wasn't even like
planet.
designed by the
We've
devs.
created
Like
the last
it was
edition
within the
really
player
in
base.
terms of going
Whoa.
from space all the way down to the planet surface. So
Damn.
now you can set foot, you can
Cool, right?
explore, you
That
can
sounds
interact
sick.
with the environment, and we've taken the mission-based gameplay and the idea of forging your own path and creating your own experience that the space game has, and we've transposed that right down onto the planet. For the first time, you'll be able to access a whole pile of new planets, all ones with tenuous atmospheres, and obviously you're going to be able to play this in multiplayer, so you'll be able to join up with your friends. You can experience the game from the ship, from an SRV.
I bet this is super exciting for like people that are super invested in this game. You know?
Yeah.
I bet this is definitely like a really big deal for the franchise for sure.
I think it gives people a new set of experiences to have. We link all
Like
the
I bet
way
it's how
from
we would feel if they're like
ground to the
space
buggies,
combat
the
coming to
SRVs,
Destiny.
all the way up to
Yeah,
the spaceships,
bro.
so that it becomes a holistic event.
I need it.
The design actually encapsulates the whole.
Oh, I
experience.
wanted that for so long, dude. That's a very
In
good
terms of some of
point.
the other systems that are on
Dang,
the
that
planet,
one's
so
sick.
various resources,
Because lets you
or
like
points of interest,
customize your
what are
ship
some
and
of
like
those that might tie
that's
back to
great.
some
Like
of the
my
gameplay
loading
that
screen
someone
looks
would be
cool.
familiar with?
You
So
know.
we have new planets that you can visit. You can visit old planets, and we have refreshed the visuals on them, so you can really set foot and be the first to actually make footfall on a new planet.
Now, Piers, I have a combo question for you. Elite Dangerous is available right now Where can players go to play Elite Dangerous, and when can they expect the Odyssey update?
So you can join in with our community now, playing Elite Dangerous. Download it via Steam or go to the Frontier store or purchase it on console. We have many people playing it. In terms of Odyssey, you can expect to see that next year.
I hope you all enjoyed that conversation about Elite Dangerous. It's a treat to see the way the game is continuing.
I wonder how
to
well it will
evolve. For
perform
our
on
next
console.
title, we're going to be...
I feel like it would be kind of like a PlanetSide 2 type deal.
I could see that.
And then, in a way, I feel like it'd be kind of a PlanetSide 2 type of feel to it.
Hi there again, PC gamers. It's me, Greg Miller. Maybe you saw me host the Guerrilla Collective live stream earlier today. No, I didn't watch. Okay, well, that's I'll give the PC Gaming Show back to its usual host in a moment, but I couldn't let anyone else announce this next trailer, which is a game near and dear to my heart.
Here we go.
Let's take a look.
Too bad it already came.
It's happening.
I want to play it on the Switch.
Do they have English dub on the Vita version?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Troy Baker is in it.
Persona 4 Golden is available now on Steam. If you haven't played this, now you have no excuse. Persona 4 Golden is a masterpiece, ladies and gentlemen. The story, the action, the characters, this is something you have to go get right now. It's been awesome to see Atlas Games make their way onto the PC. I'm glad this one is finally here. Anyway, I better hand the show back over to Sean before he gets mad at me. See you later, PC gamers.
Well, that was weird. I thought this live stream was supposed to be secure.
I am security breach now, Sean. I'm not sure what could have happened.
Well, all right then. While we get this sorted out, let's head on over to Frankie.
Our next trailer reveals an all-new.
I want the next time we go back, I want Teddy to be in his seat, in his jacket, and host the rest of the show. No explanation.
Just no explanation. Nothing.
As it ushers you through the deepest corners of your psyche. It sounds like every night before I go to sleep, honestly. The game also features a chilling original soundtrack by The Living Tombstone. Courtesy of indie outfit We Create Stuff and publisher Modus Games, let's take a look at In Sound Mind.
In Sound Mind.
They say fear is just a state of mind. A locked door that traps you inside it. But once you find the key to your terror, fear will no longer exist. What a bunch of bullshit.
Hey everyone, I'm Ido, producer at We Create Stuff.
Hey, I'm Gen, creative director.
Hey, Tombstone here. We're the developers who brought you Nightmare House 2, and now we're back. We've partnered with Modus Games and The Living Tombstone, and we're working on a new indie horror game, In Sound Mind.
Demo is now out on Steam. Let us know what you think.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So hey, DevBot, how did you get here today anyways?
Well, Sean, my sleep state was interrupted when I realized I was late to this year's PC gaming show, so naturally, I panicked. I had to improvise about how to reach our undisclosed broadcasting location before you began the show. I tried some back roads in the desert. I am not an all-terrain vehicle. It was discovered. I tried to hitchhike.
I want this game.
But ever since the 1991
Trying to travel the old United States as a rumbling robot.
At that point, I was already right outside our secret location.
Cool. Hey, let's take a look at our next trailer.
Airborne Kingdom loading.
This looks super peaceful.
Kind of looks like we're driving over a tabletop map or like game set.
Yeah, with the text of like the numbering systems. Like, yeah.
You could say that you're building a cloud city.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
We like Star Wars on this channel.
Damn.
You might be surprised to know that I enjoy real-time strategy games.
Airborne
and that's
Kingdom.
Why I'm excited for our
They
next
wanted to
trailer.
name it Cloud City so bad,
Warframe,
but they know they
cooperative
couldn't.
RTS, where up to 3 players
next
can
best
split up the
thing.
work of building, mining, and fighting, working together to build defenses, machinery, and traps, train armies to fend off deadly trolls and rival clans. The Dwarfheim demo is live right now on Steam. Let's see what the game is all about.
Ever since the fall, dwarven clans live scattered across Agartha. They toil every day in the dark and dirt. They try to protect what little they have from rival clans and the vile creatures that roam these lands. Your clan needs you now, chieftains, to lead your people. Choose your classes, guide your builders and miners to expand your kingdom, or take up arms with your warriors to protect our town halls and conquer your enemies. Bring us to victory!
Does this count as another Viking game?
To Dwarfheim!
It is another Viking game. Wait. A low beta.
Thanks, Sean. And now let's take a look at the lineup of games and game updates coming from indie publisher New Blood Interactive.
I like going to the publishers like we did in the last show. I like showcasing all their games in the middle of it. It's a good move.
I don't know why I thought that laugh for a second was you laughing for a little bit. You don't laugh like that at all. At all, but I just didn't know the source of it. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, my favorite humor is Doom clones.
$16?
16 player.
Wow.
That's quite a lineup from New Blood, and with us now is the New Blood CEO, Dave Oshry, to talk about it. Dave, what the hell was that all about?
Yeah, so we got a lot going on, right? I mean, some guys come out here and they
Dave,
show like some
what the fuck
cinematic
was that?
trailer and then tell you it's coming out in a year. We got 6 games and you can play all of them
right now.
We couldn't afford to do a cinematic trailer if we wanted to, right? So yeah, Dusk, now with mods, check them out at duskmods.com. There's all kinds of crazy a Medieval, now with RTX. DLSS 2.0 is coming.
I thought
Maximum
that's an
Action, new levels
AMD
are coming,
Evil,
new
like the
features,
computer
new
part.
guns. Unfortunate Spaceman is now completely free to play. F it, why not? Check that one out. 16-player co-op. It's crazy. It's like The Thing in space. Faith, of course. If you don't know about Faith,
now you know.
Ultra Kill, our new retro shooter with style. If you like games like Devil May Cry
I like this pace.
and Quake, that's what that's
Yeah,
about.
I like
and then,
it a
of
lot,
course,
too.
Gloomwood. If you like games like Thief, System Shock, Resident Evil, then I think Gloomwood is definitely the game for you.
Where can we go to learn more?
So you can check out Dusk at notfortnite.com, a Medieval at I can't believe it's not hexen.com, Maximum Action at shootyboom.com, Unfortunate Spaceman at deaderspace.com, that's deaderspace.com, Faith at GaryLovesYou.com, Ultra Kill at DevilMayQuake.com, and then of course Gloomwood at ThiefWithGuns.com. Yeah, that's all we got. 6 games. You can play them all
that's amazing.
right f***ing now. We love you.
And we hate money.
Thanks, Dave. Let's see what Frankie has for us next.
Thank you, Sean. Now tell me, PC gamers, have you ever wanted to rewrite history? Not your browser history, that's easy and absolutely vital, but how about something grander? Like discovering America, mastering flight, or inventing the computer a couple of hundred years earlier. Humankind is an upcoming historical strategy game where you'll be combining up to 60 different cultures to create a civilization that's as unique as you are. And as with all of their previous titles, Amplitude is asking the community to participate in the development of Humankind to help make it the best game that it can be. Let's see how they're inviting PC gamers to help build this worldly game.
This is another one I feel like has been shown in a showcase earlier this year.
I was trying to think of which one it was.
It's got like Civ vibes.
Yes. Yeah. It's the same game. It seems like the same gameplay, similar at least, you know?
Yeah. Was it in a state of play, maybe?
Damn, was it?
Like December, maybe? That one?
Well, you heard the trailer. You need to go
I
to
think it might have been. I think it might have been, to be honest.
So you can be one of the very first humans to get your hands on Humankind, Amplitude Studios' upcoming historical strategy game. And now for something a little different, why don't you join me in my chambers? Come on. Come on. Of all the subcultures and communities that make up PC gaming, modders have arguably had the biggest impact. My next guest is
See,
Dean
this is
Hall,
the vibe
designer
the show
who started
used to
out as
be
a
when
modder
people
and
were like,
eventually
you don't
helped
need to
lay the
watch it.
foundation for 2 of the most popular
I
genres
think because
on
they
PC,
left a stage,
survival and battle royale.
it's going
Let's take
back
a
to
look
that,
at the
like,
next game from Rocketworks revealed here on the
a lot of
PC
filler.
Gaming Show.
Yeah,
it's Icarus.
So I think last year was just an hour and it was pretty snappy and tight, and this is lots of filler. Kevin, am I wrong, or does every single PC game look exactly the same?
Listen, I don't want to. I'm not. I mean, I don't know if I was gonna be the one to say that, but I will be the one to join the team of someone saying it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will be number 2. You know?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, a lot of the PlayStation exclusives look the same too.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're
Like,
not
if you
wrong.
get a PlayStation exclusive, it's a brooding dad over the shoulder.
Yeah, like that, and like I know that. Ooh, Icarus, good name. Okay, like I know. Like also in terms of like having a like post-apocalyptic esque America. You know, like Death Stranding, Horizon
Joining me
2
to talk
now.
about Icarus is Dean
Days
Hall.
Gone.
Dean, thanks so much for joining.
Last of Us.
Awesome. It's great
You
to
know,
be here.
like I do,
So,
like
Dean,
so.
you're making another
I get that.
survival-focused
There's
game.
definitely
What
similarities for
makes
sure,
Icarus different
but
from
PC
other
games,
survival titles?
very much so.
Well, I think if you think about
Yeah.
your first hour
Yeah.
in DayZ, your first hour in Minecraft, really what we're trying to do is capture that and then basically build a game where you can do that over a long period of time.
I feel like I've seen
and
this
you
game
can
before,
progress through the
and this is a
survival
reveal.
experience. So it was really getting
what I mean?
back to the roots of what a survival game is and what makes those moments that you get in them really intense and emotional.
If you can just walk me through like the basic loop. If I just open up the game, do I start out on the ship itself?
If you think about the orbital station as your apartment in GTA, you can invite your friends in and prepare for what we call a drop. And then you select a prospect.
Where are we dropping?
And the big challenge of the game, and the way to fail it, I guess, is to run out of time on the drop.
Let's say I'm on a 30-minute mission. I have a particular resource I've set out to snatch up. How does the gameplay of that 30-minute period differ from other survival games?
I suppose there were 3 key things that I felt needed to be addressed before I made another survival game. The first was the ability to scale. By breaking your experience over months and years into sessions, that allowed us to address scale. So you still can do all the things that you do in a normal survival game, building bridges, roads, all those kinds of things. But you're doing it with a medium-term focus. The second was pacing and clear direction, which is helped very much by the structure that we're putting around the session. And the last one is really focusing in on those core survival mechanics, which I really feel is the whole reason that survival as a genre connects so emotionally with players.
I guess I was a little surprised to hear that there are 20-minute drops as well as multi-day drops. What are the sort of time ranges we're looking at? Are there different like categories and tiers of drop length?
Yeah, so it really depends on your level as you progress through the game. So early on, we're really just introducing you to more safe environments. So say a daytime drop that only lasts 20 minutes. You're only going to be facing the game during the day. As you progress on, you can take on and get access to prospects that have much longer drop windows, but that means you're getting a cycle of day-night. And night, particularly for
Oh my
most
God,
of
that's
our
not even the green
biomes,
screen.
is definitely the most dangerous.
Wow.
No, that's actually that's
Holy
a
cow.
city.
What failure means in Icarus.
That's a-
in
I mean,
the
that's a
trailer
great
there was
view.
someone that
That-
fell
this is
down
just a
and
great
you just
view. Yeah, dang,
ominously
all right,
talked
okay.
about the dangers of being left behind on the planet. What happens if
That's
you
what you get for working in
don't
PC
make it back to
gaming.
the ship in time, die on the planet?
bucks.
What happens?
If you think about DayZ, when you get shot, it's a very binary event that happens and there's nothing you can do, it's just over. And there's a certain charm to that.
Everything's gone.
Yeah, there's a certain charm to that. But I think if we look about...
charm. I like your use of the word charm, for sure,
Charm.
yeah.
Yeah, like there definitely is. But I think with Icarus, we've chosen one failure state. If you run out of time on your drop, that character and all its equipment is gone.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make that terrifying. And that's why our tagline is, there are worse fates than death. So it's getting left behind. If you miss your rendezvous window with the orbital station, then that's it. Everything that you've deployed on there, your character and all that progression of that character and all that equipment is just gone. And that's our one failure state. If you run out of oxygen, someone can come and revive you. If you get attacked by this particular animal and damaged, someone can heal you. But if you run out of time, it's over.
Interesting.
I'm curious. I mean, there's so many elements. There's so much ambition. I know there's a lot of PC gamers that maybe feel like you abandoned DayZ, other projects. What do you have to reassure those people that you're committed to Icarus?
Well, I think a big thing for me is I You know, Bohemia was an existing company, and I definitely felt like I was pulling them in a direction that was hard for them to go, and they probably felt like they were pulling me in a direction that I didn't want to go. And it's really been a bit of a struggle for me to develop and not only the studio but myself as well. There was a whole bunch of things I had to learn. I had to learn many of those things through failure. The solution there was to make sure it wasn't just a Dean Hall game, but it was a game built by incredibly skilled people. And we managed to assemble, I think, definitely one of the best teams I've ever worked with, an exceptional concept team through to a technical and production team as well.
Well, I know there's a ton of people that are interested in my very next question, my favorite question. When can people get the opportunity to play Icarus?
That is a good question. So we're looking at sometime next year. Our development is very advanced at this point. Our biggest question
I think
really
that's
is
the worst way to
content.
reply
So,
to
you know, we're making the game
a
free to
question about
play
when it's coming. It's
because
like,
we
that's a
wanted to
good question.
maximize the number
Like,
of people that
like,
play it.
you know,
And we're
it's like when
acutely
like
aware,
when like
a number of
Christian
our-
says, you
our
know,
former
like,
staff are
hey,
ex-Prime Video
you know,
Games, Path of Exile. Very
is the
talented
stream good?
in
You know, and I go,
free-to-play area.
that
So we're, very
excellent,
cognizant of how
excellent
much content we
proposition,
need to
Christian.
provide gamers. So at the
like-
moment, we're really sort of heading into that.
Well, Dean, thank you so much for taking
We
the
got
time to
people
talk to
watching
us.
along. I'm curious.
We really appreciate it.
Are you
Thank
here because
Once again,
of
that
the
was
PC
Dean
gaming
Hall
show,
from Rocket
or are
Works
you
for the
here because of
upcoming
Joy
survival
Clicks?
game Icarus.
I'm
For
curious
our next game,
because we aren't
let's head to
PC
Frankie.
people.
we aren't.
When
We
you're
aren't.
an evil
Yeah, I was like,
it's
I don't know
important
if
to have
you
your
are,
own
but I
sense
know.
of style.
No, we're not big PC players.
Evil Cat Psychics are so 2019.
What was that one movie that
Genius to
that was
ask
like they were spies? This animal. Why am I forgetting the name of this animal?
Would you build a
G-Force.
pool filled with laser
G-Force.
sharks, or would you just
The
give
seminal
all
film.
appliances RGB
What would you do
lights?
if I told you I had the
Here's the
PS2
world
game based on that movie?
I
first
fucking knew
gameplay
it.
footage
I knew it.
of
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Domination.
I wanted it, but I never got it.
Really?
No, never got it.
It's kind of fun. I played it for like an hour, I think.
I did have the Cars video game, the Disney movie Cars, on PS2.
Nice. Rebellion. I think they made a game I streamed recently. I think they made The Mummy. Hold on. Kevin, I think they made that trash Brendan Fraser Mummy game.
They did?
I think. Rebellion Development, same font. Yeah, alright. You're gonna have to do a lot to sell me on this thing right now. After playing that abomination of a game. Like, I get that it was a game that came out like 20 years ago, right?
Yeah.
But no joke, it is one of the worst games I've ever finished.
One of the worst games you ever finished?
Yes.
Shit. The Mummy one that you played recently, right?
Yeah, that I was excited to play. Got that Tony Stark Malibu looking overlook.
What is the worst game you finished? Is it that one? Is it?
Oh, it's The Mummy.
Damn.
We
Mine
are
is
about to
either
see the first official gameplay footage for
on,
Godfall
you know.
on PC.
Ooh,
PowerPlay
okay.
Games is gonna give us
Okay.
a guided tour
Okay.
of the
Wait a
backlog
minute.
for a period.
Wait a
We've
minute.
seen
You
observers
have my
will notice
interest.
This is running Unreal Engine 5. That's why.
It's probably
Unreal 5.
Many sets of armor look
Get the
oh
fuck
so
out. These are Unreal 5?
You can go
Yeah.
over to the Epic Game Store and wishlist it now, or get more
This is-
information
okay,
on
this has got a lot
Godfall before it
interesting.
releases this holiday season. But for now,
Wait.
let's take a look.
It's probably Stranger Things 3 on Switch, but go ahead.
Godfall's coming to PS5 this year.
Yeah. It's
But
it's a PS4 and PC game. It wasn't exclusive.
No, right, but they said this is running on Unreal 5
Hello.
right now. Unreal
My
5 is
name
not
is
available
Keith
until
Lee,
next year.
and I am the game director.
Oh, maybe the
for
PC releases later.
On behalf of Counterplay Games,
Maybe?
we are very
Or
excited
did
to
it say
share
PC is coming
gameplay
this
with
year?
you today,
Like it's all here.
and to offer you a glimpse into the mystical world of Godfall. Please enjoy.
See, I wish
is the tone
I wish this
that
was
I
at.
needed.
Yeah, I wish this was at the
Some
PS.
things
Why
will
is this
change
here?
and improve in the final product, including visuals and performance.
I mean, I guess this is super telling that
Godfall
this is
is
more of
set
like a
in
PC
brand
game
new
coming to
high
PS5
fantasy
as opposed to
universe
the
filled with
reverse.
heroic knights,
You know.
arcane magic, and forbidden realms. The world is split up into the elemental realms of earth, water, air, and fire.
Oh
You
shit.
play a Valorian
Avatar.
knight,
Dang.
godlike warrior, able to equip.
See, this is
valor,
the tone I was expecting from
legendary
this game when they showed it before.
transform you.
This is what I wanted.
Unstoppable masters
I just want to
of
see more of it.
As you adventure
like,
through
explained.
the realms, you'll get to
Yeah,
tear through
like tell me
enemies,
what the game's
challenge a
about. Show
mad
me what the
god
game's
who
about. Don't give me like blah 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 blah.
Throughout your
That,
journey,
yeah, that weird
you'll
Borderlands
find
S type of trailer.
ancient valor plates lost in time, each with their own characteristics and long history.
Because I like
Now
how
let's
that
talk
armor
about
looks like.
gameplay
It gives me
in
Kingdom
Godfall.
Hearts vibes of like
First, our team wanted to do something
how
different.
Yeah.
the lion.
I like that ability too. There's some really cool abilities that I've never seen before in this game
Third-person
yet.
melee combat to create what we think is a whole new genre, the looter slasher.
All right, I don't know about
Our
whole
game
new
is
genre.
therefore
I think
one part
they can
gear
relax a little bit on that.
and
I don't know about whole
one
new
part
genre, my boy,
player
but
skill.
Diablo's a looter
In other words,
slasher.
yeah,
not
like I don't know
only do
about
we
that.
want you to find exquisite weapons with powerful loot traits, but we also want you to have that feeling of accomplishment from mastering the
Can you just
wide
show this
set
for the
of
next hour? I'll
combat
take that.
I would love a demo or a beta. I would play this.
What you're
I just
looking
want
at
to get it
now
on
is a
hands. Okay, here we
mid-boss
go.
fight. A tougher challenge
Awesome,
which we'll
okay.
have to leave for another day.
Oh, how you gonna do this? Come on.
Facebook and YouTube. Thank you so much for taking a look at Godfall, and we'll be showing you more soon.
Yeah, I really wanted that at the PS5
When
event.
PC gamers
That was a
think
much
of
better
iconic
showing of the game,
first-person
for sure.
shooters, they think of games like Doom, Quake, and Duke Nukem. Our next trailer shows a project that celebrates the proud heritage of sci-fi FPSs while taking advantage of some very modern visual effects, like glorious enemy dismemberment. From Bounding Box Software and Humble Publishing, this is Proteus.
Oh dang, that's cool. The enemy looks like OG Doom character sprites.
That and like the loot that was on the sides of the definitely look Doom-esque. How they glow like an orange.
Yeah.
And blue. This all looks like Doom. Actually.
How is this allowed?
How? Yeah, like, is Bethesda gonna do like? This can't keep happening. Like, what's going
Like,
on?
I genuinely feel like PC games are either strategy, Doom clones, or Sims.
This is literally Doom. I know not literally, but like, as close as I can get to literally.
Okay. I like tactics games.
Puppy.
It's got a good art style to it.
It does. It does. Oh, that sound design sounds really good too. The girl who destroyed the world. Oh, nice. This here. Actually,
I
pretty soon.
love the look of that last one. Fate Tactics is set to scratch that isometric combat itch that I know a lot of us have been feeling ever since we played Final Fantasy Tactics back in the 90s. All right, but we're not done with Humble Games yet. Their lineup, as it turns out, isn't all that humble. We're going to take a look at 2 more games from them, Project Wingman, a jet fighter game featuring RPG elements and VR support. And rounding things out is Carto from Sunhead Games, a gorgeous top-down puzzler. Let's take a look.
Have you ever played Ace Combat?
Like one of the ones on PS2 for a bit. Have you?
I think I tried the demo. I think during PS3 days. I think. And I always liked doing jet fighting and like Battlefield.
Gordon Freeman's voicemail message sounds.
Those were always really fun.
An intriguing inquiry. However,
Yeah.
something is wrong.
I'm
receiving an external transmission.
But even with like a Battlefield, you know,
Why
it
does
still
this keep
has a bit
happening,
of a
Deadbot? What's with the
arcadiness to
security?
it.
Have you upgraded to Service Pack 2 yet?
Ace Combat's more into the sim side of things, as far as I know.
Yeah, super simulator, like serious.
Greetings,
Yeah.
PC Gaming Show. It is I, your supreme leader, Kane. I am commandeering this broadcast to deliver an important mission briefing. You must capture the GDI base marked at these coordinates. This is a strategically significant facility. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. It's me, Joe Coogan. And I can take over this broadcast because I do what I want. Look, you know Command & Conquer has been a major part of your life. It's certainly been a big part of mine. The Command & Conquer Remastered Collection recently launched for PC, and it is an awesome way to relive this classic game with a bunch of new bells and whistles. I mean, who doesn't like 4K graphics, quick matches in multiplayer, or modding, am I right? I personally want to send a big shout out to all you PC gamers who have kept the legacy of Kane alive over these last 25 years. I mean, I live in death, I guess. Thanks for letting me interrupt, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the show. For the glory of Nod!
Tell me, PC gamers, do you have any rare action figures? Perhaps you're one of the lucky owners of an out-of-print collectible, something you'd never trade away in a million years. Our next game is a celebration of toys and art. On its surface,
If the
a game about
PS6 comes
collecting,
out
customizing,
7
and
years
trading,
from now,
but
I'll
it's
be
also a highly
29.
social playground for creativity. One where you
That's
can make your own
all I
levels
had to say.
and gather with
Yeah,
your friends
Where
to
did
play
that
out
come
mini
from?
games
Because
together.
he was bald, and I was like, man, like, I'm like, why are we talking about games? Like, I hope I'm like 50 still talking about this, you know?
Yeah.
Legend tells of a place where everyone comes together to play and dance and race and shoot and jump and fly with jetpacks or maybe bat wings. And there's lava and a mountain made of junk food.
10 out of
You
10.
can create your own worlds and have your own adventures where you are in charge. Where you can make your very own games with your very own rules. And all your friends can come and play. Like this one
This is like this looks like the perfect like streamer game. Just like mess around with, you know?
Definitely.
come to life, and I can actually play with them and own them all.
Yeah, the idea that they're toys, I was gonna say they remind me of like little
Is it a legend at all?
crank machine things you get at like a Walmart.
Yeah.
Or a mall, you know, with little capsule toys.
Right.
A
This
lot like those.
This whole concept kind of reminds me of like a lot of like Roblox.
Here to bring us the
Sure.
inside
In a way.
look
I was gonna
at
say Little Big
Michael's Block
Planet, too.
Party
Yeah.
is Jamie Jackson from Mythical. Jamie, thanks so much for joining us today.
Hey man, thanks for having me.
I would love if you could just address what is Blankos.
Blankos it's a game about vinyl toys kind of coming to life and where they go when a human leaves the room. But it's also more than just a game. It's a place for content creators and gamers and collectors to come together and hang out and build the worlds and games that they really want to play in. And you can have as many as your friends come and hang out with you as you want. But you could also drop the toys in. So the first toy you can play with is one called...
Can I have 200 friends?
We've got like a unicorn rocket launcher that fires ice creams. We've got like a cactus grenade launcher that fires these little cactus balls. So it's all about kind of like arcade fun shooter stuff. And you can set that up as a team shooter. You could have squads. You can do a bunch of stuff.
Wonder if this would work on a console.
Free for all. Some other stuff we're going to be dropping is race toys. So you could
I feel like this could be a big Switch thing.
Sweet like platformer. You just go A to B. You could do laps. And then another one is, because Blancos, they all survive on good vibes. That's kind of what powers them. So another one you could do is actually just a vibe collection. And what's kind of super cool
man,
is
I forgot this was on. This was.
So you could build a race. And then you
a
could drop
PC
guns in it,
release.
you
You know what I'm saying? Like, because it definitely has that like Switch, you know,
have these
console
huge,
vibe to it.
flexible
Definitely.
tools, this community focus. We've also seen in games like Fortnite these in-game events. Are these kinds of things that you think will show up in Blancos as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we felt that from the beginning of development, that Blancos wasn't just this place for players to go and build and create their own worlds, but it was a place for us to be able to share with them different content, whether that's a music concert, whether it's a movie trailer, you know, whether it's something no one's seen yet. But absolutely, that we're definitely thinking about that kind of stuff.
Well, talk to me about the number of different designs. Like, where are these designs coming from? How many are there?
We're not talking about numbers in season 1 just yet, but we are talking about the artists. So we're really stoked we've been able to work with certainly my favorites that I've been buying the vinyl toys of over the years. So John Paul Kaiser is a great artist from the UK. I ended up buying some of his toys in New York about 6 years ago, and now we get to work together and bring his toys to life in the game, which has been great fun.
That's cool.
Jake Groman, who I think just kind of really
reminds me of that Funko Pop Gears game.
Yeah.
Gears
Pop.
One of my personal favorites is Pete Fowler, who for me was kind of one of the grandfathers of vinyl toy design.
I know people are going to want more information. They're going to want to know when they can play Blancos, when they can see more. Where do they go for that?
If you want to keep just up to date with things, go and check out blancos.com.
Is that?
You can register there right now, so you can
Rebel
secure your account name
Fighter?
and get ready for
I
launch.
don't know.
We're going to be
Its
launching
helmet
end
looks
of the year,
like
so not too
a
far away now. But
like
we're also
a
gonna be
Rebellion
starting to
era
throw a beta
Rebel Fighter
at some point soon
pilot,
as well. So if you get registered, we might be able to get you in that.
Jamie from Mythical, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Once again, the name of the game is Blancos Block Party. Let's take a look at what's coming up next at this year's PC Gaming Show.
You're watching the PC Gaming Show, presented by PC Gamer. Stay tuned for more trailers, announcements, and footage. Coming up later, we celebrate the 20th anniversary of A Total War. What's next in Escape from Tarkov? The reveal of horror strategy game Rogue Lords, and more. Back to you, Frankie.
The PC is the birthplace of space flight action games, and our next project, Everspace 2, expands on that tradition with its gorgeous handcrafted universe. The focus here is on exploration and dogfighting, with alien species standing in the way of outfitting your ship with unique modules, weapons, and devices. And, as we're about to see in this next trailer, combat won't just take place in the cold vacuum of space, but also the atmospheres of planets themselves. Here's Everspace 2.
That sounds familiar.
Everspace?
Yeah.
I keep thinking of the currency in Destiny. I know it's not that.
Eververse?
Eververse, yeah. But Everspace sounds familiar.
I am blown away that they did not market Godfall being in here.
Right? Oh man, that's interesting. Interesting.
Like, I don't follow Gearbox on anything because they're the publishers. They should be the ones to tweet that stuff out. So maybe they did tweet it out, but I feel like even PlayStation would have been like, "Hey, check out more of this time and PS4 console exclusive at the PC Gaming Show later," you know?
But then, I mean, I can also see them not doing that because like they're trying to like prop up the PS5. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And like they wouldn't want to like divert, like, oh yeah, hey, you can get this game by the way, on a platform that you may or may not already have or have access to. I can see that too, but yeah, that was a weird thing to see. Not like weird in a bad way, just like I just would have assumed that the PC gaming show would have gotten what the PS5 event got.
Yeah, because also consider this was the Unreal 5, and the Godfall that we saw a couple days ago is probably on Unreal 4, and then it gets brought over to the new engine next year or something.
Yeah, maybe yeah.
Also, I checked the Godfall Twitter account 3 hours ago said they would be at the show today.
3 hours ago?
Yeah.
Wow, that's the only heads up. Interesting.
And Gearbox retweeted it as well. So.
Ooh, this reminds me of Drawn to Death. Did you ever play that game?
I did not. Did you?
Yeah, I did. I think I bought it. I think it wasn't free to play.
PC gamers, I'm sure you'll agree. If a horse shows up at your door and you don't remember ordering a horse, it's probably best to keep the door shut. One of the coolest things about a Total War Saga Troy, the next game from Creative Assembly, is that it will enable players to experience multiple different versions of how the iconic
Trojan
battle
horse.
went down, including several explanations for what that
Who
mythical
wrote
horse
this?
actually was. I'll get the door while you watch the latest trailer.
Peggy 16.
Like he knows, but like
Oh, silver tongued
I feel like we're watching QVC.
QVC?
Yeah.
And that is war.
That's what this feels like.
In Total War Saga
My dad
4,
had to
you
block
can
QVC
rewrite
because
the
my mom
events
kept
of one of the
ordering stuff
greatest conflicts ever told,
on QVC.
the Trojan War.
And he was fed up.
As Odysseus besieged the legendary city of Troy in 3 ingenious and
Somebody-
equally devastating ways.
Somebody
all based
tweeted
around
out a
prominent
picture of
theories
the baby
throughout the
Mr.
ages
Peanut, and they
as
said,
to what the iconic
"So is this an
Trojan
ooblet or a
horse
bug
really
snacks?"
The walls of this city may appear to be mighty, but no defenses are impregnable.
Using
I-
gargantuan siege towers, take the fight
I
to
never
the wall.
thought I'd be thinking a lot about a game like Bugsnax, you know,
Slaughter the
until
Trojans top
yesterday
and
when I
force
thought
them
about it
back
for
into
a decent amount of
City.
time. You know?
Also, I'm pretty sure Papa Gen is working on Bugsnax.
Ooh,
Position
really?
your troops to retain your advantage once the attack begins.
Shout out Papa John.
Sneak troops into the city in a vast, horse-headed vessel fit for the gods. Under the cloak of darkness, use guerrilla tactics to sabotage the unbreachable city gates, leaving the Trojan warriors defenseless, allowing the Achaean soldiers to begin razing the city to the ground.
You're not into games like this at all, really, right?
Nah.
No.
Even the
Are you?
greatest defenses cannot stand against
No,
nature's might.
not really.
In a land
I've messed around with
ravaged by
Civ before.
earthquakes,
Civ is fine.
patience is
One of my
rewarded.
buddies really likes Civ, but
Send your troops forward. Troy
in
is
terms
yours
of
for the taking.
war RTS type things, never really been my thing.
Like I certainly get the appeal.
Myth meets history
Yeah.
from a war
Certainly
that
makes
will
sense.
define the ages. Experience
The
legend of
closest
Troy
I can
this summer.
compare to something I enjoy that's like this though is Fire Emblem,
That was a Total War
which
Saga
is a much
Troy,
smaller
which
scale
we'll get
because
to
that's
play
like
in
individual units,
2021.
so it's more
And
XCOM-y.
hey,
But
speaking of sneaking in big surprises, a master of segue. This year, we've teamed up with Intel to build a legendary custom computer inspired by art, weaponry, and the artifacts found in the game. DevBob, I understand you know your way around a computer, right?
Affirmative. Sean, I have a soft spot for Bronze Age computers.
Well, great. Why don't you tell our audience a little bit more?
Can do, Sean. Behold, PC gamers.
This build is centered around Intel's CPU, the 10th gen Intel Core i9-10900.
like this is a QVC commercial now.
This 10-core flagship CPU
Holy shit.
is built for maximum gaming performance and overclocking.
We have 100 available right now.
One deal right now. I saw one recently, and they were trying to describe a a
Also,
MacBook
Asus
Air.
motherboard are a spacious 4 terabytes of fast storage and 128
Alright.
And the way they were describing like the
The unit is powered by a platinum certified Corsair 1200
SSD unit was just like really fucking interesting to me. She's like, yeah, like, you know, your grandma can fit all of the like pictures and videos. It all fits in this 128 gigabyte solid state drive.
Is this what you humans call love?
PCs are more than specs. They're a passion. When we build a PC, we form a relationship with that
related
piece
to
of
the
hardware.
show.
We wanted to show you every step.
Persona
of that
4 Golden
process.
is
For this
now
build,
already
we enlisted a master craftsman, Brian
one of the
Carter,
top sellers
a
on
PC
Steam.
modder with over a
Wow.
decade and a half of experience. PC
For, like,
Gamer
hot
Intel
sellers,
created
I
a
think. It's, like, up
4-part
there on the
series
charts right now.
following Brian
Gotcha.
as he created this epic artifact.
I don't think it's all time. Because
That'd be wild, yeah.
I doubt it would dethrone like
Hey,
The
my name
Witcher
is
3
Brian
or
Carter,
something, or
and I've been
Skyrim
building
on there,
custom
but
PC mods for over 16 years. I'm working with Intel and a Total War Saga Troy on a very special custom PC project that we're thrilled to debut at the PC Gaming Show. Join me in a 4-part video series as I take you through each stage of the scratch build process. We begin with the inspiration and design phase, where we figure out how to take the amazing design assets from a Total War Saga
Damn, Greg
Troy
just tweeted
and
rest in peace,
functionalize
Vito.
them to house our best-in-class
I don't know how I feel
components,
about that. I'm
like
not.
the 10th gen
No,
Intel Core i9
I'm keeping the
10900K processor. Then I'll show
the,
you how I assemble, finish, and test
what
this
am I looking
one-of-a-kind
for?
PC.
What am I
A
looking
big
for?
thank you to Intel and Creative Assembly for letting me work on
Alive?
this incredibly fun and challenging project.
The
I hope
live
you like
support
it.
on. There we go. Live support.
Oh, it looks so good. And I have some good news. Episode 1 is available now, and I have even better news. You can win this PC from DevBot's loving clutches. Head on over to PCGamer.com/IntelPC to learn more and enter for a chance to win. And with that, it's time to return to more PC Gaming Show action with the fantastic Frankie.
Last year, Remnant from the Ashes challenged gamers to take on monstrous creatures in a post-apocalyptic world. Today, we're excited to announce the biggest update yet for the game, upcoming DLC that will conclude this thrilling saga. The fate of humankind is at stake. It's time to bring an end to the root once and for all. This is the world reveal of Remnant from the Ashes, subject 2923.
Oh, hey.
Available
Nice.
August 20th on PC, Xbox One, and PS4.
You know anything about this one?
That's a quick, huh?
Do you know anything about Remnant?
I know I've seen some gameplay and some streams of the first game, but I think actually no, I think Tosh was playing it on his channel.
Oh, nice.
I'm pretty sure he
Yeah,
was.
it's cool. It's been compared to like Souls kind of, but with guns and like roguelike elements and stuff.
Interesting.
One of my friends picked it up and he said it was pretty fun for the time he put into it.
The new Remnant from the Ashes content looks fantastic. And you know what else is fantastic? Hearing the opinions of strangers from the internet. Nothing makes my day as much as hearing what's inside your mind. So please use hashtag PC Gaming Show on whatever your platform of preference may be, and you just might have your comment show up live on the show. Now for our next title, we have to look at classic remasters. Capcom has been updating the original Resident Evil games, and in the same vein, 2K is now updating Mafia. The original Mafia trilogy is
what the hell?
definitive edition remaster, with the original game, the 2002
Why?
Mafia, getting a full
Why tee it up
ground-up
like that?
remake with 4K support. We got a brand new trailer for you, so let's take a look at Lost Heaven 2 decades
I feel
later.
foolish.
Hey, Tommy. Detective Norman. How long you been in town? 3 years.
3 years.
They handed you
So if I play any Mafia game now, I think it's gonna be this one. I'm not getting two.
This is Mafia, the original, right?
The remake of the original, yeah.
Or you got something might warm it up? Yeah. I might have something.
I'll clear August for this, under the terms that Mass Effect doesn't drop in August.
Yeah.
What do they call you, son? Thomas. Thomas Angelo, sir.
It's 30, right, for just each one?
I
Man,
think so.
DevBot, after a beautiful
Yeah.
trailer like that, I gotta know.
Isn't
do
that
you have any
it's 60 for
contacts
the
in
whole
Mafia?
trilogy, right?
Yeah.
I have left that life behind me.
It's a good deal.
I'm
It's a good deal.
programmed not to form relationships with organized crime. However, I can call one of the developers of Mafia Definitive Edition.
Well, fantastic. Let's ring him up, DevBot. Joining me to talk about Mafia is the president and CCO of Hangar 13. It is Hayden Blackman. Hayden, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So for people who haven't played the original Mafia, which is a 2002 release, talk to us about this game.
Mafia, the Definitive Edition, is a complete ground-up remake of Mafia from 2002, which is a seminal game that really launched the Mafia franchise. And in Mafia, you take on the role of Tommy Angelo, who is a cab driver that falls in with the mob during the 1930s, actually during the height of Prohibition, in a city called Lost Heaven, which is loosely based on Chicago. And as a member of the Salieri crime family, he really gets embroiled in a war with the Morello crime family, and we kind of explore that story and Tommy's evolution from cab driver to respected member of the Mafia.
I feel like in the last 10 years, we've seen HD editions, remasters that are more graphical updates, but my understanding is that this is far more than just a new coat of paint on a game from 2002. Talk to me about what a remake means.
Everything was rebuilt, so every asset, every cinematic was reshot, and all the gameplay was completely redone. Now, we've kept all the same big beats from the original game. The story is the same for the most part. All the big plot points are there. All the missions are there and represented. But again, everything was completely rebuilt from the ground up in order to kind of meet the expectations of today's
It looks
gamers
good.
and take
It looks
advantage
really,
of
really
today's
well done.
technology.
Yeah, no, it looks really, really
The
good.
location in pretty much every open world game is a central character. In 2002,
And I didn't know the
we've
premise
seen
of
a ton
Mafia,
of gameplay
at least the
changes
first one,
between
so-
then and
Yeah.
now 2020.
Hearing it, it
Can
sounds
you talk
super
a little bit
interesting.
about some of the ways you've updated the
Do you
open world
because
setting and maybe some of the
you
new
don't play as the same
mechanics that players
character throughout the whole trilogy, right?
So we
like,
do
but
that
there's
a number of
similar
different
characters, I
ways.
guess, like in the
One, we
supporting
looked at how
cast.
popular
I
can we
think.
make it, and we took some of the
So
kind of,
I think the
world
family
interactions and some of the
It's the
things
same.
not
we
like the
did
immediate like mom, dad, brother,
trials and
family
multiplayer
type deal, but like the
other kind of city
the crime family, I think is
put them into Mafia
it's
Definitive
there
Edition.
throughout all of them.
Right,
But we
like
also looked
the
at,
family
are there
name,
ways
if you
for us
will.
to kind
Like
of
the,
redesign the
yeah,
city so it's more fun to drive around. Do we need to widen the streets? Do we need
Because
to
I
make sure that
think
there's not as many,
Mafia 3 is the
90-degree
70s.
turns
Yeah,
so
because doesn't it
that,
deal
you
with?
can kinda coast
Isn't
around
it a black
corners
character you're
and,
playing as?
As we
Yeah.
capture
Right?
the
Yeah.
feel of the vehicles, are there things that we want to do to make sure that the roads have grip or they're slick in the rain? And so that I think brought a lot of life to it as well, because most of the way that you engage with the city is through driving.
I mean, speaking of rebuilding things from the ground up, I gotta ask you about the cinematics. I mean, they looked gorgeous in the trailer. And I mean, what was the process of rebuilding all of those cinematics?
For us, it was really, how do we recreate these? Again, taking advantage of some of the cutting edge stuff that we've been doing at Hangar 13. So, we have, really great facial scanning and likeness capture technology, a state-of-the-art mocap facility. So we really wanted to take advantage of that for, the Definitive Edition. So we did go in and we rewrote all the cinematics. Again, to add some of that language and add some of that character development and maybe some of that clarity that we were going for without losing the essence of each moment.
Well, now it's time for my favorite question.
Yeah.
When can we play Mafia Definitive Edition, and where can people go right now to learn more?
Sure. So we are looking at an August 28th launch date, and we still, have a ways to go, and we're working on that kind of final polish push right now. But I'm really confident, really bullish in that date right now. If you want more information, you can go to mafiagame.com.
After seeing the trailer, I personally am hyped, Hayden. Thank you so much for joining us at this year's PC Gaming Show. Once again, mafiagame.com. For our next title, it's time to head on over to Frankie.
Sean, next up, it's one of those games that looks so pretty, we just had to show it to you. Ever wondered what Slay the Spire might be like with Tim Burton at the helm?
Well, Rogue Lords could be the answer. It's been jointly developed by Cyanide and Leica Studio and sees you building a team from storybook psychos like Dracula, Bloody Mary, and
Leica.
Baron Samedi. Makes all the more sense when you
They're the
realize
ones who
you're
do,
being employed by the devil himself.
the only
a
claymation
job that
movies
has
that
my
still come
name
out.
written all over it. The game is out this October, and we've got a brand new gameplay trailer.
Unless it's
Hi,
another
everyone,
Leica.
and welcome to this exclusive gameplay reveal of our new title, Rogue Lords. Development is moving forward, and we are very excited to share some in-game elements and combat mechanics for the very first time. Rogue Lords is a rogue-like game where you play as the devil. You have to build your team with legends
Rogue
of
Lords
evil and lead them in
is indeed a
runs
rogue-like.
through multiple events and fights. After a terrible defeat years ago, you're finally coming back with your most faithful disciples to wreak havoc and terror in a world unbalanced after your long absence. The combat is turn-based and strategic. You will need to build your set of skills through your
I
run
do want to
to
give
prepare
a
for
deck
any
builder
threat,
game a shot. I
analyze
just
your
don't know which
enemy
one.
attacks, and create combos to secure victory. Every
It
skill
could be this one,
costs
Christian.
action
You never
points.
know.
Think how to make the
Could be
best of
this
them each turn.
Could be.
When one of your disciples becomes vulnerable, your own health bar is exposed, which is persistent during the entire run. If your health is reduced to 0, your run is finished. In Rogue Lords, you are the devil, so you don't have to play by the same rules as mortals. When the situation becomes tricky, you can use souls to play with the interface and change an enemy health bar, for example. This is an expensive trick to use, but very powerful and useful in the most difficult fights. Thank you for watching the video. Stay tuned for more info coming soon. See you next time.
Yeah, is that the Leica studio that
If
you were
you're a
talking
big
about?
fan of roguelikes, you know their name
I don't
for two
know.
things.
They had the logo on the
World
bottom,
and
but
permadeath. Our next game, Unexplored 2, puts an interesting twist on these ideas. What if your character's demise changed the game world itself, altering it for all of your future playthroughs? From
Try to
developer
see if they have any
Ludomotion and publisher Big
video
Sugar,
game stuff on their
this is
website.
Unexplored 2, The Wayfarer's Legacy.
Because they did like Kubo and the Two Strings and Coraline, I think, and
Will you answer
stuff like that.
when tasked to take your place in a long line of heroes? Will you waver when challenged to forge your legacy out of strife, hardship, and magic? Will you be victorious?
I do like the visuals here.
This is our world. It is your burden. From beyond the gate into the First Valley, there is no return. Will you be ready?
The latest update for Dauntless is the most ambitious chapter yet for this online free-to-play
Missed
RPG.
Dauntless yet?
I
In
haven't
Call
tried
of the
Dauntless
Void,
yet.
players
I
unravel
haven't
a
downloaded it
mystery
on my Switch,
surrounding an
though.
ancient civilization,
I've yet
culminating in
to
a
check it
showdown with
out.
a new otherworldly behemoth. And
I
as a nice little
love
bonus, if you go to
Monster Hunter
playdauntless.com
World.
right now,
Yeah.
And I
use the
want
code PC
I
Gaming
want
Show
a Monster Hunter on
2020,
Switch
you can get
so
some
goddamn
free
bad.
in-game rewards. Nice.
But
Let's take a closer look
Dauntless
at
on my
this update
PS4
that's available
chugged,
now
so I was
in
worried
Dauntless.
how it would perform on my
Here's
Switch.
Call of the Void.
yeah, like if it chugged there, I mean,
Yeah, it was at launch to be fair, so it could have been some bugs that smoothed out, but Dauntless on my PS4 Pro chugged.
that's also where, yeah, it's pro. It's not like a base PS4 either.
Yeah.
Which I mean,
So,
still is
but-
unacceptable.
Yeah, and again, I did try it like the day it launched, so that's my only experience with it, but if it runs well on Switch, maybe I'll give it another shot.
Did they have cross progression in terms of like platforms? Do you know?
I think there's cross save. I don't think there's cross play though.
Call of the Void.
There's still
now.
more games to come on the PC Gaming Show. Here's what's around the
I'll
corner.
say though,
Take a
the
closer look at
designs of the
Blightbound,
monsters in Monster
the new
Hunter,
action RPG from
like,
Devolver.
a lot better
A
than what's
special
in
collection of
Yeah,
exciting
right,
independent games coming to PC.
I don't even mean
Back to you,
visually. I just mean
Frankie.
like
There aren't many games about being in nature,
the
which
creature
is why
design.
Among Trees
Right.
caught my eye.
Yeah, I feel you.
In this first-person survival sandbox,
you
you
ever
get
try
to
Warface
explore
on
a
Switch?
colorful, breathing world that's
No, I
full
know
to
you
the
did.
brim.
You were messing around with that,
I
right?
was really
Just
impressed by
don't go
Warface.
wandering around
Warface
like Snow
really
White.
impressed me.
Wild, deadly beasts share this
You know?
painted
I was
world
like, man,
with you,
this is
and
honestly,
you'll
like,
want to move
really
carefully
good.
to avoid their bitey bits.
You know?
Produced by a
That was like a
three-person
COD,
team out of
like,
Sweden,
free-to-play
this
game, right?
project
Yeah,
demonstrates
yeah.
the
It's
creative power of independent
FPS
creators on PC.
free to play. Yeah, that's like. Ooh, wait, hold up. This looks like that one game. Oh my god, help me.
Fia?
What?
Fee?
No, that was what I was thinking of. I forgot what I'm thinking of. Oh, Firewatch?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, this looks great.
I love
Okay.
that blue and yellow, man. That looks gorgeous. Oh my god, it looks so good. Holy shit.
Big fan of fishing in video games.
Definitely.
Some people hate it, but I like it a lot.
Among trees. That looked gorgeous.
Out of all the other like survival Minecraft-esque
Now, if you're like
mechanics
me, you've
games,
loved your
that's the
fair
one that stood
share
out for
of
me so
potions
far.
in
Definitely.
video games over the years. But you've probably never stopped to consider the business side of these magical elixirs. In Potionomics, you're a witch who must save her potion shop from the clutches of greedy loan sharks, bartering and haggling with a slew of demanding customers. Let's take a closer look at this unique fantasy concept.
This sounds cool. I like the context of it a lot.
Yeah. Definitely.
Like the fact that you're just running a shop.
Potionomics. Good name.
We spend a lot of time in video games fixated on finding the best, the most powerful gear. But in our next game, Mortal Shell, things are a little different. You aren't scouring a
This
dungeon
was at
looking for a
IGN a
+1
couple days ago.
sword. You're exploring a shattered world for the remains of defeated warriors that you then possess like a ghost. These are the Mortal Shells, and they're much more than mere pieces of armor and stats. Each one has a complicated backstory, a playstyle, and an identity that might give you mixed feelings about the body you're occupying. Coming later this year exclusively to the Epic Games Store on PC, let's take a look at this gorgeous and brutal action game, Mortal Shell.
I foresaw this. Scratched sigils on the walls. Counted the days until you'd come. A million eyes peering across time and space, yearning for a glimpse of the unknown. PC Gaming Show.
Dude, what the fuck? I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that.
The consecrated fires reveal semblance in shadows. But beneath it all,
I respect how weird this show is.
PC game.
no gods, only oblivion.
time I think I know the direction the show's gonna go, they just throw a wrench at me.
Actually, hey, this looks pretty.
Looks cool, right?
Yeah. I forgot. I guess I missed this at IGN's showcase. I guess I missed it.
This was like super late in the day on the showcase. I'm pretty sure.
I think I had to head out for work. I think that's why. I
Yeah.
like the first half. I bet. Interesting though. Interesting.
Now, Kevin, if you like how that looks, let me tell you that there's a certain game called Dark Souls.
I was gonna say, well, here we go. I thought you were gonna say Bloodborne.
Oh no. This is much more in line with Dark Souls visually than Bloodborne, but.
But wait, there's more. We've gotten the chance to see some of the core gameplay of Mortal Shell, but now it's time to talk about bosses. Bosses are a classic staple of this type of RPG, and in our second piece of Mortal Shell footage, we'll see a boss that isn't just a one-and-done threat. Instead, it's a constant adversary.
Jeff Grubb just tweeted, "Do you think Atlas just doesn't know about the Switch?"
Who stalks the player throughough Mortal Shell.
Are they just unaware?
Skill and master new weapons, so will he.
I bet.
The clip we're about to watch shows
Well,
the
no,
player's
because
very
they're
first
making a
duel
game
with the
for
elusive
it.
adversary. Let's take a look.
They announced it. Do you remember that 20? Ooh, yes.
This looks very Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Out of all the other like Souls-like games, this is the one that I think looks the coolest. I like the dueling in like the ankle-high water too.
I wonder if it feels slower. It must feel slower, right? Yeah, it must.
Yeah.
So like all your timings are fucked up.
Yeah. In Bloodborne, you fight a spider on a lake. Does not look as good as this, but I like that kind of vibe. Ocarina of Time, you also fight someone in water like this, so I always like when games do that. It's cool. But yeah, do you remember that 2017 Switch presentation where it was like the first debut of the Switch?
In
January 2017,
yeah,
it was like, here's the Joy-Con, here are the colors.
Yeah.
Every game that was shown at that conference,
right,
including Travis Strikes Again, which was just like didn't even exist at that point. They were like, hey, I want to make a Travis game for Switch.
Right.
Did not even begin yet. Every single one of those games has come out except for the Atlas game.
What was it called again?
Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Oh yeah, okay.
Which is Persona is a spin-off of Shin Megami Tensei.
Persona is a spin-off of Shin Megami Tensei? Oh, really?
Yeah, because the first Persona is called Shin Megami Tensei Persona. And then Persona became its own thing. But Nintendo and like the DS's, 3DS, they got SMT. PlayStation stuff got
Typically
Persona.
on the PC gaming show, we don't spend too much time talking about
But then
the
Persona
Nintendo
blew up.
64.
Right.
But the beauty of PC gaming is that one way or another, almost all games find their way to us and are often better off for it. After giving Blade Runner and
N64?
Turok the remaster treatment, Night Dive Studios is now modernizing Shadow Man, a 1999 cult classic. They're adding in support for 4K and widescreen, plus a whole suite of cut content from this dark action classic. Let's take a closer look.
I'm not aware of this game. Oh, okay.
1999. Your boy was approximately 1
I was
year
two.
old. I was uno.
1999, or as I call it, the year of Sonic Adventure. Also, the year my brother was born.
Fire. My little sister, shout out. Big fan.
So I saw what the studio did with Turok. For the remaster kind of thing, which came to PC and Switch, and it looked really good. Like for an N64 game,
right?
A first-person N64 game, it looked really good.
Interesting.
So cool to see them doing more of N64 games like that in this one.
Yeah.
I wonder what else they would do, because there's not a ton of N64 games.
This looks really neat though. Like in terms of just like having a modern way to play like an old school game and still kind of retaining that old school look and feel to a degree, you know?
Now do this with Donkey Kong 64.
DK64.
I am on a first-name basis with our next guest, as he has been here at the PC Gaming Show 6 years running. From Tripwire Interactive, the president himself, it's John Gibson. Thanks so much for joining us, John.
Sean, it's my pleasure. I'm so excited to be back with you again to talk about so much cool stuff happening at Tripwire.
Yeah, you guys have been doing a lot of stuff, and I just want to kick off by asking, talk to me about Killing Floor 2.
So Killing Floor 2 just released the
did you play Killing Floor?
Plunder Summer Update. It's got 4 new weapons, Blunderbuss,
it was free on Plus
Block
once,
18,
right?
It was,
Stick,
yep.
Tesla launcher, new official map called
I think I claimed it, but I never
Desolation,
played it.
Space pirate themed outfits.
I played it.
We're running a
it's, you
seasonal
know,
event with rewards until July 7th.
That was pretty good.
And right
Yeah.
now, it's free on Steam for a week, so you can go play it.
I also have to ask about the follow-up to a game that was announced at the PC Gaming Show, Chivalry 2. Talk to me about Chivalry 2.
So we're working with
Brother's
Torn
a big
Banner
fan of that.
Studios. We're publishing,
Yeah.
Torn Banner's developing, and Chivalry 2 is coming along great.
brother, big
It's
fan of
so
Chivalry.
fun, and we're excited to announce some big news, cross-play between the PC and the
snap.
consoles. So you can
Oh wait,
hack and
no, it's not
slash your
Chivalry.
console friends
It's the
with
other
Chivalry
game
2.
that's this
And
game.
last, a game that has been so popular on Twitch.
That was
Talk
not
to me about
intentional, I
Man
swear.
Eater.
Yeah, so we were
Mountain
so excited
Blade, that's
to
the
get
one
Maneater out the door.
he's
You know,
beyond.
we've shown it to you guys originally in 2018. We had all that fun with Frankie in the shark suit, which I'm kind of missing. The game is doing great. People are loving it. So much fan love, so many fan videos. We're just really happy to have it out there and people eating lots of humans.
It's such a funny game too. You know, you've talked a little bit about what games, what has been announced from Tripwire Interactive. What's coming up next for Tripwire?
So I wish we could come forward and announce an all-new game, and that would be great, but I can give you a few hints. So Chivalry 2, you know, is in process. It's going to be coming out in the not too distant future, hopefully. Maneater, we're taking the community feedback and we're looking at things that we can add to the game. So you haven't seen the last of Maneater. And Killing Floor 2, you know, the game came out in 2015. So we're really thinking about what's next for the Killing Floor franchise. So stay tuned.
Well, if history is any indicator, John, I'm sure I'll see
Game
you
Awards.
at next year's PC Gaming
Killing
Show
Floor
with those
3.
very updates. Thanks so much for
Calling it
joining
right
us.
here.
Thank you
I'll
very
write it
much.
in the notes app.
Now at this year's PC Gaming Show,
Hey,
we've already
Siri.
taken a look at some Epic Game Store
Can you add a note in my
exclusives.
notes
Mortal
app?
Shell in
Christian
particular
Buckley
looks very
says
promising.
Killing Floor 3
But for a
for
sense
Game
of what
Awards
else there is,
2020.
let's take a look at this.
Okay, I created a note. Christian Buckley says Killing 434 Game Awards 2020.
You know, you get it.
Yeah, it works out. 434. It works out. That's fine. Hold up. This is not.
Is this?
Is this just like a sizzle reel of like no? Because we started using it.
Yeah, so this must be a show recap, maybe?
But we never saw Pro Scare, did we?
No. Oh, well, it led with the Epic Game Store stinger, so maybe this is just all the stuff you can get on Epic.
Yeah, definitely Among Trees was a highlight. They showed
Hey,
fucking
good mirror.
whoa, wait, whoa, yo, wait.
Where did that go?
Wait,
They announced that so long ago.
wait. I need that. I need that. Ooh, I need that. Anything Don't Nod does, I need. That's facts. Let's go. I can't wait for Valhalla, bro. I can't wait. God, I'm gonna sink so many hours into that, bro. So many hours. Honestly, I'm more sold after seeing what we saw here of Godfall. Honestly.
I still probably won't buy it, but now I'm in a point where I'm like, oh, I'll follow along now with interest.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just curious.
Blightbound is a 3-player dungeon crawler where you and your friends explore unique dungeons, fighting a terrifying cadre of mystical and monstrous enemies, grab valuable loot, and recover fallen heroes to expand your roster of available
Do you think
warriors.
they end with a big thing?
Blightbound will battle its way onto Steam
That's
Early
what I'm
Access later this
thinking,
year
but
as
like,
an
what could
ever-expanding game
what
with
could
new
be a
maps,
big
new heroes
ending?
to add to your roster, and new loot to
Like-
I would have
retrieve
assumed
through free
Persona
updates.
could have been the ending.
Yeah. Trying to think of like.
Blightbound, a
I'm
cooperative dungeon crawler that
I'm
tasks
trying,
3 heroes
I'm
to
trying to think of like
venture
a
down from
PC
their
announcement
mountain
that like they could
refuge
do.
to face the abominations of
That
the
could be
Blight,
big.
a mysterious and corrupting fog that enshrouds the land. Each player
Maybe a new
will
Valve
choose a
game, but I don't know
hero from
if
one of 3 classes.
Valve would
Warrior,
shadow drop anything or like reveal something big here today.
Half-Life 3.
or mage. My
Portal 3.
Battle
Bro.
a terrifying horde of monstrous
I love
enemies
Portal.
and
I don't really
colossal
give
bosses.
any time of day to Half-Life. I don't
Talk
care
that
about
talk.
Specific role
What a statement.
to overcome mounting odds. Solve clever
Like, I tried it. I get it. I get why people love it, but it's a little overrated.
Is it like rough to play these days? Like
no, no.
Like remember they go like does it relatively hold up?
Yeah, but it's like it's one of those things where you play it so far after the fact where it's like, oh, all the games of this genre look to this template. And it's not particularly special in hindsight.
Right. Okay, I see.
That's how I feel about A Link to the Past also, because I played that this year and I was like, oh, yeah, it's a Zelda game.
Right. I see.
They made other Zelda games that are more interesting, but...
Are you viewers at home still thinking about that computer? I know I am. Swoon. Oh, sorry. And now more from the PC Gaming Show.
One thing we cherish about PC gaming is its openness. The PC is a platform where anyone can build stuff, tinker, and express themselves, and that spirit invites creators, streamers, developers, stores, and all kinds of different voices to contribute to PC gaming's vibrancy. We've already featured a lot of exciting independent games here today, but in rapid-fire succession, here are 8 more indie projects that we're excited about. Shadows of Doubt is a detective stealth game set in a fully simulated sci-fi noir city.
Ooh. I'm intrigued. This looks cool.
This looks cool. Whoa, wait.
In the Forgotten City.
No, show me
you
more.
fall
Stop.
into an ancient Roman utopia,
Stop.
only to find it full of people, mysteries, and difficult moral choices. Explore an open world.
The Forgotten
lost in
City.
time.
Each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. Somebody is about to end our lives. Your job is to figure out who and stop them. You already know what will happen if you fail.
Find your own truth in Paradise Killer, a first-person open-world murder mystery. Play as investigation freak Lady Love Dies as they explore the world, uncover the facts, and breathe life back into paradise.
There's been a murder. Last night, Paradise was killed. I am investigation
vibes.
freak Lady Love Dies, reporting for duty. It's my job to scour the streets of Paradise and hunt for evidence.
Oh, it's first person. Wow, I was like, where's the character model? I don't know why.
Breathing life back into Paradise won't be easy. When love dies, all that remains are the facts. Paradise Killer, coming soon.
Haven is an RPG about
There
the
we
journey
go.
of 2 lovers escaped to a
Show
lost
me it
world
again.
to stay
Show me it
together.
again.
Yeah, this looks so good.
This looks really fucking cool. This looks really good, bro.
Here we go. More wrestling.
Yeah, this looks great.
Good thing we don't have to scrub.
At worst, I kill them.
Whoa, you.
Oh, come on. Dodge this one. Got it. You rock. You like that?
That's gotta hurt.
Super interesting, bro.
Yeah, that was so
cool.
good.
That one's it.
Cartel Tycoon is a narrative-driven drug empire simulator where you rule as a succession of fictional drug lords in a world where death and violence are inevitable.
Oh, hold up, wait. Hold up. We're going to the islands? Wait a minute. Shout out, shout out, shout out.
Crash Sailors is a survival cult adventure game set in a dangerous, ruined world full of junk where you and friends must survive the Great Flood.
You know what this looks like?
What's up?
Did you ever watch Flapjack on Cartoon Network?
I was not allowed to watch Cartoon Network.
Oh, I think you told me that.
Yeah.
There was a piratey game called The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack.
Mm-hmm.
Show, not game. I don't know why I said that. And it had this kind of vibe to it, like kind of disgusting, gross
Chris Tales is
character
an indie
drawings
love
and
letter
stuff
for
like that.
classic RPGs that lets you experience past, present, and future simultaneously.
So apparently one of my friends on Twitter says that Persona 4 crashed Steam.
Huh.
Apparently Steam is down. Like, Steam is allegedly down.
That is wild. I mean, I pulled it up earlier, so it must have just been all the traffic since the announcement.
Persona 4, of course, is trending. Dude, do I just buy it right now on stream? Like, do I just get my Vita over there and just do it? I don't know. I mean, I know I'm gonna play it, but
Set in a vibrant
it's like I was gonna kind of check out Minecraft Dungeons before that, and that'll be a quick, playthrough.
Yeah, because you just did Crisis Core, and that was a big RPG.
Yeah, that wasn't huge. I mean, it was like 18 hours, considering. Let me look up how long to beat, just for fun, for Minecraft Dungeons.
Did you also see the news?
What news? Oh, it's 5 hours. Oh, that's nothing.
What?
For
What are we talking about?
Minecraft Dungeons, the how long to beat.
Oh.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's a really short game. But go ahead. I'm sorry. What?
SpongeBob came out.
Oh, the battle for Bikini Bottom.
No, SpongeBob is gay.
Wait, what?
Weird West is a curious
Nickelodeon did a
project from
tweet
the
about Pride
co-creators
Month,
of
and they
two of our
showed
favorite games,
Cora,
Dishonored
who is
and
bi.
Uh-huh.
Despite
They
its
showed a
top-down
character from a
perspective,
live-action
Weird West
show who I
carries forth
believe
much of the same
is
spirit
gay,
of
and then they
those
showed
first-person
SpongeBob
games
painted
laid
in
out
rainbows.
in a dark reimagining
Oh, I
of
see
the
it
Wild
trending.
West, filled with
Interesting.
fantastical creatures. From Wolfeye Studios
Shout
and
out.
Devolver, let's take a look
Okay.
at Weird West.
Interesting.
I know this one too.
Hold up.
It was this, and it was West of Dead. It was the both of these that were like in the same week.
Oh, this one. No, this was at the same show, I think, bro. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, yeah, because I was like, dang,
This ain't quite the
a lot of
Wild
cowboy
West,
top-down
as you
stuff.
know it. There are ancient powers at war with each other. Strange
Yeah, it had like a
entities
cult
working
sort of
in the
vibe
dead
to
of
it.
night with their own rules.
It looks almost Borderlands, and like it's it looks a little bit cel shaded, you know.
To the Weird West.
I'm not sure if it's like how it looks on stream or whatever, but like it looks a little.
No,
bit
that's definitely going for that.
Yeah.
I think this is the same trailer from back then too. I feel like there could be cool lore though.
Definitely. Yeah, that was cool.
This one has to be coming to Switch if it's Devolver.
can survive. That is.
Joining me to talk about Weird West is the president and creative director at Wolf-Eye Studios. It's Raf Colantonio. How's it going, Raf?
Hi, I'm great.
They're all
How are
flexing
you?
with AirPods, man.
I am awesome and
double,
eager
bro.
to talk
Jesus,
about this game. And I want to start with something very straightforward. What is Weird West?
Weird West
Wearing
is
5-year-old
an action
beats.
RPG that is set in an environment
Oh wait,
that is
I
called
wear
Weird
my
West. And it's
Audio
very
Technicas.
much
I've had
of the kind of
these
games that I've
since
been working on
probably
in the past, except that
2012.
the perspective is more like
I think.
isometric,
Dude,
top-down kind of view.
Audio
Yeah, I mean,
Technica,
we've referenced Prey
pulling the
and
weight.
Dishonored.
Love
and we
it.
normally think
I
of
love
the
Audio
immersive sim
Technicas.
as
I will never
first-person
get rid of
games
these
like
headphones.
that. What happens
Never.
when you try to translate that to that top-down
I love
isometric
it.
perspective?
There's not much different in the spirit. You will really find yourself at home. It's just that it's a different perspective. So instead of seeing through the eyes
Kind of a
the
closer angle
player
than I thought.
character, you have a chance to
Oh,
run
yeah,
a party of people. So you have followers, and you have more
like
kind
the
of like
camera
a
looked
strategy
closer to
kind
the
of
action
view.
than
But
some
the
of the trailers.
exploration and everything is, is still the same kind of spirit, but with a different perspective.
And in particular for people that maybe haven't played immersive sims, I know that the whole notion of creative problem solving is a big aspect. Multiple ways to get past the same obstacle. Can you give some examples of that in Weird West?
We like games where we set up an environment for you, a context, there's a world, there are characters, there are objects, and all of those objects have got consistent rules. And then there's an objective, which is, for example, go inside this house and frame a character by putting a letter that he did not actually truly write, but you put it there so that the sheriff can find it, right? You could do it in a very stealthy way.
This looks
which
really
would be
cool.
What
It
you
does
would
look really
imagine
cool.
people would do.
I like the
So
dive
probably,
because the trailer
use a power
was like cool,
and
but it
put
was
people
like
to sleep and then
okay,
get inside.
you know.
You've talked about the different
and like
things that
seeing
you
how it all
can do
works,
as a
seeing
player
the,
in the game, but who are
variety.
you? What can the player
Cool.
do to shape who the character is over the course of the game?
Right. So this is a very good question and also a very dangerous one for me.
It's the riskiest question yet, man.
To make it simple, you are going to play 5 different characters. Once the main quest is over with the first character, you go to the next one. Now, the first one is still in the world, so you can go back and recruit him or her in your party.
What does death mean for you and for your companions in Weird West?
It's a risk.
Did you see one of the characters said werewolf?
Different modes.
It was a
There's
werewolf?
the super hard mode
Yeah.
where you die and you're dead.
Is the game sort of designed to be like playing in one forward
You die and you're
timeline? If
dead.
someone dies, you're not supposed to reload. You're just supposed to continue to play within the same world.
Yeah, you continue to play with the same world, but now the sad thing is that that doesn't apply to your followers, the characters that are with you, but maybe they'll come back at you someday under the form of an undead, or you don't know what's gonna happen. You can revive your followers if you're there and if you have the right tools with you, but if you don't and they die, that's it. Your followers are now in a little graveyard somewhere.
You make it sound cute. A precious
I
little
swear, if they're
graveyard
gonna
where
say
they
it's a
will maybe
roguelike,
come
I'm
back
gonna
as the
feel
undead.
crushed,
Yeah.
'cause
Now,
everything else seems
when
awesome.
can people get their hands on Weird West?
It didn't
So
sound.
the game ships in 2021.
But I get what you're saying.
some
Like it
of
was kind of
you,
getting close to it.
Are gonna have a chance
Did you
to
say
play, a
2021?
demo actually pretty
Okay.
soon in the incoming months. You can follow Wolf-Eye Studios on Twitter and as well as Devolver Digital on Twitter as well for more information about that.
Well, wonderful, Raph. Thank you so much for coming out. Once again, that is Devolver Digital, Wolf-Eye Studios on Twitter for that upcoming demo. For our next game, believe it or not, yet again, we're going to go to Frankie.
Sean, I don't know about you, but there are times I wish for a simpler life. A life spent as a farmer in a humble JRPG village, where all I have to worry about is which vegetables to plant, what to name my chickens, and which of the dozen townsfolk I should propose marriage to. Our next game is a
Stardew Valley?
return to that simpler life. From XSEED Games, this is Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town.
Mineral Town? Oh, check out this art style. Okay.
Is this not Harvest Moon? There's like a ridiculous number of games like this, and they've all been around forever, and they meld in my head.
I mean, I definitely see why. No, I mean, like, yeah, yeah, this looks like that puppy was cute though. I'm not gonna lie.
Like that character on the left is on the box art of Harvest Moon. I swear.
Poppy. July 14th.
Marvelous.
I'm so happy that you've been sending in your reactions, your memes, your takes to
7
various
minutes
temperatures
left.
throughout the show through the wonderful magic of motion graphics. You can
I'm
even
trying to think,
read
what
them
could they
before your very
end?
eyes right now. I'm delighted by
Like, what's a
so
big
many of them.
banger?
Furious at a few, but I'm confused by none because you're just making a lot of sense today. We're in the home stretch of the show, so please continue to let us know which PC games you're excited about by using hashtag PC Gaming Show. Now, when it comes to genres, there are few as ambitious on PC as the MMO. It requires a vast amount of resources
the Amazon
to create
thing.
a
Forgot
rich,
about that.
living, breathing world to entertain hundreds of thousands of players for years. And I know this because I watched Season 1 of Mythic Quest. Due on closed beta
I've
on
been meaning to
July
watch that.
23rd, Amazon Games' new world
It's on
aims
Amazon,
to
is
deliver
it, or-
that vast
I
open
think it's on
world
Apple.
with pitched
Apple-
battles of
Apple,
100
like, TV
players.
Plus?
I'm excited
it's
to announce
interesting.
today that if you pre-order New World right now, you can get into that July 23rd beta a full month before the full release on August 25th.
Because the
This
trailer
is
they
New
showed at
World.
that Ubisoft E3 like actually seemed like they got humor and they got jokes that would actually be funny for the
Funny
games
to us.
industry.
Yeah.
Not just like Big Bang Theory, like video game store. You
I know.
My router disconnected. You know, like not that kind of thing.
Plug out the power. Plug it back in.
So you saw that AT&T's trying to sell WB Games?
Dude, I mean to ask you about that. How do you feel about that?
I think I was talking to Omar about this. He
Okay.
said this one, and I now seeing this, I'm thinking this.
Okay.
He said, well, first off, I was like, hey, Ubisoft, swoop in.
Ooh.
You know, because like some of the WB games, like Lord of the Rings, were trying to go for the Ubisoft style Assassin's Creed sort of thing.
Right.
Then Omar said, Google.
That would be an excellent grab for Stadia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, that would be a big one. That'd be a big one.
Play the next Batman exclusive with Stadia. No.
I mean, I would cry. You know.
No, I mean, I'd play it there because
I mean,
gonna play Batman.
Yeah, like I'm gonna play it. You know, for sure. I don't know if I want to play it off of Stadia, but I mean, you know. And I bet
now-
Stadia.
Here
Sorry,
on the
go
PC
ahead.
Gaming Show,
No,
we're
you
big
finish.
fans
Like, I
of
bet
Life is
Stadia
Strange,
would work really
the
well for
award-winning
me,
adventure series from
given that
developer
PS Now runs. With,
Having undergone some big changes since its first reveal in 2018, Twin Mirror, the studio's next
Get the
game,
fuck out. Let's
is a
fucking go.
psychological thriller
Let's go! I didn't hear what you
Where's
said.
Owen?
Oh god!
Has
Oh
his
god!
hometown
Oh
in
shit!
West Virginia. Available to wishlist now on the Epic Game Store.
Yes. Oh my god! Oh, let's fucking go.
Dude, this trailer when they revealed it before looked so cool. These visuals.
I fucking love Don't Nod, bro. I swear.
Basswood is many things.
They're great.
Peaceful tops that list.
Oh, it looks so good.
Hey,
Yeah.
You're the one in the driver's seat, Sam. I can't make you do anything. Coming back to Basswood was your idea.
He kind of sounds like Troy.
Just try and make sure you don't do anything stupid.
No, I hear it.
I
I
know
can
you
hear
think
it.
that the only thing
Might be
waiting
him.
for you down there is hurt. You might be right. The good news, though, at least you don't have to do it alone.
Getting like Alan Wake vibes, kind of.
Dude.
You may have seen Metal Hellsinger announced
looks
earlier
radically
this week,
different than
and
when they showed it
today
before.
we get the opportunity
It
to take a closer
did.
look at this unique game
Ooh,
that the studio bills as a rhythm FPS. Published
cool,
by
though.
Funcom, you have to battle through 8 hells, blasting demons to a heavy metal soundtrack. And to talk about one of the most epic encounters in the game is the creative director at The Outsiders, David Goldfarb. Take it away, David.
Thanks. And let me say it's a pleasure to be here. And I think right now everybody needs some games to give us a break from the reality that we're currently inhabiting. So that's why we're here now. So what you're about to see here is an exclusive peek of some pre-alpha gameplay of our upcoming game, Metal Hellsinger. I hope you like it.
How many other games can you think of that do stuff like this?
Like a rhythm-based shooter,
or just a rhythm-based hybrid with another genre, like Necrodancer does it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only other one I can really think of.
It's pretty unique, definitely. I feel like. And I mean, like, because the way I've talked about Doom a lot, you know, is like a very rhythmic, like a dance type of motion. Like I feel like sometimes with Doom in terms of like, especially with Eternal, you know. So having sentiments like that and then melded into like the actual gameplay and soundtrack of this, it could be honestly really, really cool, you know. Even though it's not Doom, obviously, but like definitely heavily inspired by Doom. Definitely. Mm-hmm.
Hello everybody, Felicia Day here, and I play the Magician in the Dungeons of Nahelbeck, The Amulet of Chaos. The Amulet of Chaos is a fun and silly tactical RPG that's coming to PC later this summer. It features a group of adventurers searching a dungeon for treasure. Each one of the characters has their own skill sets, or lack thereof, fighting styles, and inventory. Each one is kind of a failure.
What's she been
but
up to
together,
recently?
They're too dumb
Felicia
to fail.
Day?
The game
Yeah.
doesn't take itself too seriously. It has lots of in-jokes for tabletop
I feel
games.
like beginning of the 2010s, she was everywhere.
Anyway, here
You're
is
not
an
wrong.
exclusive preview of The Amulet of Chaos.
She on Critical Role?
You again? I'd expected your asses to be turned into lampshades by now. You brute! I'm pissed. Ha! Pleased to meet you, pissed. I'm
Felicia
Renax.
Day.
What a burn! We'll smash your rotten brains out of your skull.
How about we try
Now that I'm saying this though, I wonder how long it's gonna be before Critical Role makes a game based on their campaigns.
Zibat relic, Hazebat.
That would be dope.
Who says you need water
I'm
to
not
go
seeing
sailing?
Critical
Our
Role,
next
but
game,
very
Red
well
Sails,
could be.
puts you on a boat in the middle of a sea of desert. In this intriguing narrative adventure, you rescue stranded people while looking for the rest of your clan. Let's take a look at Red Sails.
Damn.
I thought that was sand for a second.
I thought it was clouds.
Is that supposed to be water? Yeah, it is.
No. It's cool though.
It looks really neat. Whoa, I love that. In the sky you see, wow, okay. Huh.
This looks great.
This looks interesting.
Oh, it's like a skeleton of some giant thing.
red sails. That looked cool.
So DevBot, do you have any access to some medical programs in case I, bump my foot against some of these cold, unforgiving walls?
Query received, Sean. In order to familiarize you with basic life-saving procedures, I have established contact with game developer Bossa Studios, the creators of Surgeon Simulator 2.
Well, I wasn't really planning on doing any surgery. I feel like if I was injured, you'd be the one doing the surgery.
My analysis shows that Surgeon Simulator 2 contains all of the vital instructions for repairing fragile human bodies. 1 hour.
Do you remember the Game Awards with the Hydrobot?
Yeah.
That's not true, but I appreciate your enthusiasm and thirst
I
for
do.
knowledge, DevBot.
I've been thinking about this entire
certainly
show.
interested in
This
game.
is
So
not
let's take a
anywhere
look
near
at
that
Surgeon
level, but
Simulator 2.
it's definitely been on my mind.
You're not wrong.
Because the thing with this, they're aware
Oh,
of the jokes they're making.
absolutely, absolutely, yeah. Very, very self-aware, which I can appreciate, of course.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The Game Awards with the Hydrobot, Kyle Bossman was aware, but the rest of the production, I don't think was aware.
Nah.
You ever play this?
Surgeon Simulator?
Any of them?
I tried something similar at a friend's house, but like it wasn't Surgeon Simulator, but it was a similar type of like surgery game, but not as comedic, I guess.
Yeah. There's a game like it I've seen before called like I Am Bread.
Yeah.
And you're just a slice of bread.
Apparently that one's the easy platinum on PlayStation. If
Ooh,
you're
I bet.
looking for easy platinums.
I don't go for the easy ones unless they're like Telltale or Life is Strange or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I don't go out of my way to get the goat simulators of the world, you know?
Right.
No, plenty of people that do though. Including Jack.
Jack goes for easy platinums?
Jack has like 90 something platinums.
Are you kidding me? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Interesting, Jack. Interesting.
Joining us to talk about Surgeon Simulator 2, we got Mark Pick on the line. Mark, thanks so much for joining us.
Hello, thanks for having me.
So, for anyone who has not experienced the hilarity of Surgeon Simulator 1,
I would assume they only have like one more thing after this, right? Because they said it was a 2-hour show.
Surgeon Simulator 2 all about?
We've kind of taken the tone and the heart of the original, which is that chaotic physics gameplay, and we've really kind of blown it out to brand
Get
new
it? The
epic
heart?
proportions. In the original game, you're just one arm kind of moving around on one table. In the new game, you're actually a fully
Even if that
limbed
wasn't the
surgeon
intent,
moving around for
go
the first
for
time
it.
in the series on 2 feet. In the original game as
We got
well,
guts.
yeah,
We wanted to look at the
one
heart of
innovative
this.
feature of 2020. In the original game as well, you
Really
were
strip it
limited
down
to
to
your
its bare
surgery, whereas
bones.
in
And
Surgeon
again,
Simulator 2, there's a
that
whole
AirPod
plethora of
Flex,
brand new
bro.
mechanics, challenges, and gameplay elements to explore.
AirPod Flex.
You're not just looking over one page.
I was
of the
wondering
chest
why
outline
he was
anymore,
wearing it.
but you're actually exploring.
Day 9
a
was wearing him like
fully-fledged
all the
medical
time, and
facility.
it makes
Can
sense because
you
like on
maybe
stage he's
tease a
getting
little
stage
bit of some
direction
of the
stuff
other,
in
perhaps,
like the
medical
earpiece, right?
operations that I get to perform in Surgeon Simulator 2?
Yeah, so
Because
there
like
is
when he's
12
sitting in the
operations
chair, I'm
the
like,
game,
why
and
is
you
he
will
just
see the
wearing
videos in the
AirPods
trailer
the
just
whole
now.
time for this
Think of that
interview? It seems
facility
kind of
as
weird that he's talking
like
to
a
this
little bit
guy
like
and
the
he's just
original
like
Surgeon Simulator,
rocking
with
out to
a
some
bit of
Weezer
kind
or
of a
something.
mad scientist lab thrown in there.
You know?
Just completely just
Kind of
tuning him
then
out,
like
just
a Willy Wonka
asking the
shot
questions,
back
waiting until he stops
like,
moving his
you're
mouth.
never really sure what's going to be around the next corner.
Keep it going.
What new twist or
Yeah.
what dark machinery going to come across next. So players are going to come across everything from like surgical vending machines, over-engineered operating theaters, automatic patient dispensers. My personal favorite, which is actually an improvised cannon, where you can actually fire limbs or organs and things across to your fellow surgeons on the other side of the room to keep operating on Bob.
Now, Mark, I understand that there is a creation tool in Surgeon Simulator 2. What does that entail?
Yeah, that's right. So in keeping with the variety and the surprise that we talked about before, in Surgeon Simulator 2, we're proud to announce that we are bringing the Bossa Labs creation mode to the game. Now, in creation mode, you as a solo player or in a group of up to 4 players can get stuck into the very same tools that we as designers and developers use to build our very own story mode. It's an easy to use, intuitive, friendly set of tools where it's much fun to create as it is to play.
So I want to ask, what are some of the examples of the types of levels, the types of creations that people have made?
That's a great question. So we've been live for the last few months already. The wealth and the variety of content made by players so far has been really, really incredible to see. So there's been everything in there from traditional takes on surgery, like the end of the
totally
original
thought that
game.
I had
We've also
an ad
got
on the
ghost
stream
ships
right now.
in there. We've got bowling alleys. We've even got a take on the Surgeon Olympics, where people are bouncing around Bob's head and using that as a ball. And then we've got my personal favourite, which is the kind of the take on the bottle flip challenge. So I don't know if you're familiar with that, but where you can kind of flip a bottle with the hand and kind of, it's not the easiest thing to do with the Surgeon Simulator hand. And you just kind of step back and see the physics chaos play out, and it's a lot of fun. It's very satisfying to see play out.
Mark, I had a blast playing Surgeon Simulator 1. When can people play Surgeon Simulator 2, and how do they get access to this creation workshop you've mentioned?
Surgeon Simulator 2 is coming to the Epic Game Store in August 2020, and you can pre-order that right now. You can also go to surgeonsimulator.com for more information and follow us at Surgeon Sim on Twitter to learn more.
Mark, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
That's Mark Pick. I'm Sean Plott. Let's go to Frankie Ward.
Sean, you'll remember our next developer from their appearance in the PC Gaming Show way back in 2015. Hello Games are a small UK indie studio, perhaps better known for the infinite
Lost Campfire?
Yeah.
of No Man's Sky. But their next big release is an altogether more intimate, handcrafted affair. The Last Campfire is an adventure game,
I'm really excited
a
for this one.
story of
I
a
am
lost
too.
ember trapped in a puzzling place, searching for meaning and a way home. Let's check it out.
Clouds go rushing by. A drop becomes an ocean where the rivers dry. Could it be the star's reflection? Tiny sparks in one
I feel like this game is going to be surprisingly emotional.
I mean, it doesn't take a lot to make me cry, so I'll definitely probably cry.
Sure, yeah, I feel that. Sean Murray reveal himself.
Escape from Tarkov has become one of the breakout successes of 2020.
No.
Damn, they
Becoming a
said Escape from
smash hit on
Tarkov like an
Twitch
hour ago.
as
Holy
players
shit.
fell in love with its extra gritty take on first-person
Oh, for the
shooters.
like up next
What as
thing?
many
Yeah.
folks on the internet
Oh
will
my
tell
God,
you,
that was literally like an
people
hour ago.
always want more. And more we've got for you today. Because in a moment, I'm going to be speaking to one of the game's developers about what's coming next. And that includes a spicy new map. Hey, DevBot, why don't you show them what we got?
I know a lot of people that are addicted to Escape from Tarkov.
I have never heard of it.
Really?
Nope.
Oh, so like if I recall correctly, essentially like it's kind of like Battle Royale, but your equipment like stays with you, and you just keep getting better and better stuff with each match you play. If I remember correctly, I think that's what makes it a little bit different.
What's the objective? Is it like Last Man Standing, or is it like? Because when you say escape from blank, I think of like those old movies, like Escape from New York, where you're trying to break out of a prison that got built on the island of Manhattan. You know.
Honestly, I don't know if I can definitively tell you. I do know that I'm pretty sure that's like but I do know that unique thing about how like, you know, the more you survive each match, like you get to keep your loot and stuff like that, and go take it to the next match. And people take it like super seriously.
Surprised there's been no combat
That's
yet.
what I'm saying. Like I feel like this isn't like the best way to show it off.
Here with me to talk about what's coming next is Nikita Buyanov from Battlestate Games. Thanks so much for joining us today, Nikita.
Thank you for having me.
I would love if you would kick off by, just for anyone who hasn't played or seen Escape from Tarkov, how does a session of Escape from Tarkov work? What makes it different from, say, a class-based shooter or a battle royale?
It's more about like true survival. You need to actually escape from a location through extract points.
Okay.
And you need to actually save your life and save your gear and your loot. And if you die, you will lose everything.
So how does the new map compare to the existing map set in Tarkov?
It will be the biggest and the most detailed location ever. It will be a lot of explorable buildings, undergrounds. It's like an attempt to simulate the city, the realistic modern city.
So give me a breakdown of what's coming up in this upcoming patch 12.7.
12.7 is more like a technical patch. It will include the big addition called the expansion of Customs location. Customs is the pretty iconic location for the EFT. It will like enlarge the overall area by 30 or even 40%. The next updates will totally like overhaul the whole skill system. And
this man Led was saying that the update is just technical and then it's expanding the map by 30%.
Like search for stashes, so we always try to
you lead with that.
Something new in terms of new
I that's huge.
Really big amount
30%.
of cool features to come this year. We'll try to bring some new experience for you.
Escape from Tarkov has been playable
that feels
for a
big,
long
right?
time. For
I
anyone
mean,
who's listening
I would-
who hasn't yet played it,
I would
where should they
consider
go?
that
They should
a
go to
substantial,
our site,
increase, if I may.
www.escapefromtarkov.com and see for yourself. You could purchase it over there.
So once again, escapefromtarkov.com to check it out. And Nikita, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
For our next titled PC Gaming Show, it's time to head on over to the inimitable Frankie Ward.
Over the last decade, developer Red Barrels has given us some of the most messed up horror games ever created. The next game in the Outlast series offers more mind-numbing terror.
Oh, whoa.
But this time,
Which
with
series?
friends.
Outlast.
Outlast
Ooh.
Trials is set during the Cold War, and
Outlast
in this
Trials?
happy period of distrust, fear,
This is the Cold
and
War?
violence,
Yeah.
you and your friends are human guinea pigs, involuntarily
Wow.
recruited to test advanced methods of brainwashing and
Dude.
mind control.
Wait, that sounds dope as fuck.
Good times. But
I
work
never
together,
played
and
Outlast. I
maybe
watched a
you'll
playthrough of
survive.
Outlast 2
The
and
Outlast Trials.
felt like I had to go to church.
Yeah, it looks terrifying.
Like Outlast 2 disturbed me in ways that no other piece of media has.
Oh man. Oh shit. Oh god.
Night vision device fully operational, sir.
Excellent. Bring in the other subjects.
What the fuck? Oh, so
they said
that
this is co-op. I don't know if you heard that.
it is?
Yeah. Said you can play with friends.
Interesting how they're like getting away from like the night vision camera and all that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So maybe they're going for like a Dead by Daylight
And
kind of
with
thing.
that,
Yeah.
The 2020 PC Gaming Show is now complete. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope that you got the chance to see some games that excited and delighted you. Also, as you might imagine, it is really challenging to put on a show with no nearby gaming conventions. So an enormous thanks to our sponsors for helping to make this show possible. This year, the sponsors are Mythical, Perfect World, Funcom, Frontier Developments, Xseed Games, Atlas,
Intel, All In Games, Humble Games, Sega, Amazon Games, Merge Games, Tripwire Interactive, and the Epic Games Store.
So why is it all
your
these
support,
these
we would not have had the opportunity to
publishers
put
and
on
then
a show
Persona
for
4?
the greatest platform, PC.
I have a lot of questions, Christian. I have a lot of
Before I say
questions.
goodbye,
And that
I
was
wanna give
definitely
a
one
warm
of them.
thanks and a chance for my co-host to say
The
goodbye.
game itself
Thanks again,
is a
DevBot.
I'm glad to have been of service.
Sponsor? Yeah,
I'm
okay.
going to shut down into sleep mode to conserve power until next year. Frankie, what is your goodbye message?
Thank you so much to all of our devs for your incredible games, and of course a massive thanks to our sponsors for making this
What would you
all
call that
happen.
animal?
And finally,
Guinea pig.
big thanks to you guys.
They
at home
they
for
terrify
watching.
me. Can I say
I'm
that?
actually off with my
I don't
little
like.
sidekick
I
now to take
don't know
over
what
the
it
world,
is.
and I really, really do look
It's
forward to being
those.
your evil
I don't
emperor
like
overlord.
bunnies. Like
Until
they're like
next
bunnies that
year.
people
Thank
own.
you so much,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
goodbye.
Terrifying.
All right, that's it. Coming up next is
Okay,
the
that's a
Future
take.
Games
I just feel like they
Show
could
over
snap at any moment and, like,
twitch.tv
thump you or something like that, you know what I'm saying?
/GamesRadar, where you'll see more exclusive reveals, deep dives on the future of gaming, and developer interviews. With that, I'm Sean Day9 Plot, and this has been the PC Gaming Show. Stay healthy, stay safe, and take care.
Well, that was that. Oh, who's that?
Gensen. I'm gonna do a Google.
He was what?
I'm gonna Google it.
Oh, good.
Don't know if I can see anything about it.
Luke.
Yeah, I don't see anything on Luke Edson.
Well, rest in peace, nonetheless.
Yeah. So, PC Gaming Show. Kevin, your first experience watching the PC Gaming Show.
Yeah.
What's your takeaways, presentation-wise, for this this year program?
Yeah, I think given the circumstances, I feel like they did overall like a really good job. I like the host personally. I thought he was pretty funny for most parts, and like they definitely had a tone that like they understood the context of what's happening out here. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like they were definitely self-aware. So definitely like that. I didn't feel like we held on for one game too particularly long.
Mm-hmm.
At least I don't feel like. So I feel like the pace definitely checks out, you know? I think it's just a matter of just like us not being PC savants. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so like definitely with that taken into account, I still think it was a pretty good show, honestly.
Yeah, because I think in terms of like a presentation, yeah, they did a good job with what they had at their disposal. You know, the hosts, all of them were charming. They all recognized the position they were in. I think they did well with what they had to do.
Yeah.
I will say we cut back to them a lot for like times where it didn't feel like we needed to tee them up. Like if they just relied on them to tee up either the big sponsorship things or the developer interviews, feel like that would have gave the show a little bit of a better pace personally. As someone who wasn't like super invested in all of these games, like you said, neither of us are big on PC, but we did get some cool nuggets. You know, we got more Godfall, which hey,
yeah,
looks cool now.
That was definitely one of the highlights, and definitely showed that game in a way that I know both me and you have kind of definitely what that game needed. We both, I assume, feel like definitely like, and it looked actually, you know, it looked good. It looked really interesting. You know, I'm definitely looking at that game more than I already was. You know.
Yeah, I think this tone, like actually giving time to just set up like what kind of world it is, and not like the E3 multiplayer
hype
game
trailer
of the year hype trailer thing you want to sell. That worked for me better.
Definitely.
And seeing Don't Nod come back with Twin Mirror was awesome, unexpected.
Big surprise for sure. That like yo, advertise that. Like, tell me that.
Yeah.
Don't you know? Definitely.
And hey, maybe we get another look at. Well, is Don't Nod still working with Square? Do you know?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, are you asking in specific to Twin Mirror or just in general?
Mostly Twin Mirror.
So let me see. Actually, Bandai Namco is actually publishing this time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
But is the other game they're working on?
The Xbox
Is that one
exclusive.
Square?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay.
I can fact check that.
Because I was gonna say for the Future Games show later in about an hour, Square is listed as a partner, so I was wondering if maybe Don't Nod would show up with something there.
Yeah.
As we've seen today, stuff that was in the Guerrilla Collective got another round here today. A little bit of more information on some of these games that we saw earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
But oh, and of course Persona 4.
Oh yeah,
We knew it was
I mean,
coming.
yeah, absolutely. Man, why am I not finding the publisher for this game? Okay, I'll keep digging, but yeah, Persona 4 was a bit of a known quantity, but definitely like one that was like cool to actually see it happen. You know?
Yeah.
Actually, it looks like they're partnering up with Xbox Game Studios.
Oh, interesting.
For Tell Me Why. From
Yeah,
what
so
I've been
maybe-
seeing. So it's
Maybe
not.
Don't Nod moved away.
Yeah, it's not Square, seemingly.
Mm-hmm.
According to their official website, yeah, it doesn't seem to be connected to Square. At least their title, Tell Me Why.
Yeah.
Which is the one that's Xbox exclusive. Yeah, interesting. Interesting.
Nice. Well, overall, some interesting stuff. Some stuff that I hope makes its way to consoles or Switch in the future, and the stuff that is coming to consoles. It was cool to see highlighted here with a little more depth and time to breathe. Because
Yeah.
if you got a 2-hour show, you got time to breathe. You know.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
In terms of ranking this in the Summer Games Fest mess of rankings,
Mm-hmm.
immediately in your mind, what's the ballpark of where this goes on the list?
Maybe slightly above Xbox.
Okay.
But what's on top of Xbox again?
Pro Skater.
Pro
Tony Hawk.
Skater.
I think Tony Hawk still tops this in terms of like it was what it needs to be.
Yep.
No downtime.
Yep.
And like got in and out, didn't overstay its welcome.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. I put it below Tony Hawk, above Xbox. Even though given like there was really cool stuff that we saw here, you know, we already talked about it. Don't Nod coming back for that little tease of Twin Mirror, Godfall, of course, you know, and there was something else big that I think we all reacted to. I forgot what it was. There's something.
Hello
else.
Games. That was cool, right?
Yeah. Yep. Seeing Hello Games again. Yep, for sure. There'll be some highlights though.
Yeah, I'm probably leaning below Inside Xbox, but if you think it was good enough to put above, I'll do that.
If we're talking, no, because I can't make a valiant case for putting it above Xbox. To be honest with you.
Okay. So, because the thing with Xbox was like it had a good pace to it. It was like okay, where's the gameplay sort of thing. But here, well, each individual game didn't feel bloated. I feel like the show overall could have used a little trimming. So that's where it fell down for me, I think.
Definitely.
But overall, pretty enjoyable. Cool stuff. Good humor. So.
For sure.
As it stands now, last place Unreal 5. Above that, PC Gaming Show. Then the Inside Xbox event. Then Pro Skaters Reveal. Guerrilla Collective Day 1 from this morning, Destiny 2's expansion and future event, and then the PS5 in first place.
Indeed.
So, that does it for the PC Gaming Show reactions.
Indeed. We will be back.
We will.
In about 33 minutes. With some, before that, but slightly before that.
A few minutes before.
Yeah, feature game show.
From Games Radar. So, any expectations for that? We saw Square is going to be there. Probably a couple other notable names. Maybe a Warner Brothers announcement. Who knows?
I was gonna say Avengers, but no, they have a separate dedicated thing for that. Yeah, that's a separate thing. Future things that Square can do.
Maybe they could bring some like another Final Fantasy collection, like at 6 on the Switch, or maybe Chrono Trigger. Get that up. Maybe some retro stuff. You know, maybe some updates on something like a Bravely Default if Nintendo doesn't have a direct this month. But
Right.
don't know.
I'm
See what
excited though.
happens.
I'm excited though. Do we know the runtime for that show in specific?
I don't know.
Okay, that's cool. It's all good.
So.
All right.
Thank you to those who stopped by the chat. Theodore, good to see you. Oh no, it's her again.
Oh
That's her
no,
name.
it's her again. Good name.
Like the Avatar, love the Pokemon love. But that's gonna do it. We'll be back, like I said, or like Kevin said, for Games Radar, Future Game Show, and we hope to see you then.